Well, okay, this is gonna be the shit lighting through the whole video. This is going to be the Astralis versus SK. If you didn't read the title, my reaction to me watching them. I'm filming this after everything happened, so you could kind of tell what happened, but, and obviously if you watch the major, you know, but this is just like a little intro, because I didn't have an intro to the Clash for Cash video. So here's a little intro. Let's just get straight into Cash, which, by the way, I thought Cash was gonna be a complete blowout. SK was gonna blow Astralis out of the water. So if you don't know what happened, then you'll find out, but yeah.
So here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. Astralis versus SK Gaming. Make some noise, Krakow!
I'm gonna rip my hair out. I'm not gonna have hair at the end of this game.
It's gonna be on Cash versus Astralis starting on the CT side and SK Gaming on the terrorist side. Quite a bit of utility being picked up for the Brazilian side, which is very exciting. That Molotov could do so much damage on the A-bomb side, except for the fact that Astralis are playing a retake. They're not actually occupying the bomb side right now, Selma. They're just saying, you could get the bomb down, and we'll do the retake. Risky move. Let's see how it plays out.
They have to have faith in their shots, Anders. That's what it's all going to come down to for them. They need to just be able to hit him. And Zipnix, he will have the angle here to just put exactly a couple of shots through randomly. He's going to be watching from Squeak as well. And the teammates are going to start rotating over here to back up the Danish defense. But that bomb is going to get planted in just a moment's time. And sure enough, now SK need to set up to hold on. It's all about the table switching now. SK on the defense and Astralis need to make this retake happen.
Oh, it's gonna take quite a while for them to get here. The crew was still in the B-bomb side when the bomb was planted in A. Fallen, moving forward a little bit from the Molotov that came in. Great headshot from Glaive to start off and taking down Fallen first. Flash again, the whole Astralis team taking one, playing with another one, and Sip with a shot, taking down. Now it's on cold. 1 versus 3. He gets the one. The bomb's being defused behind. He has to fight against one. Oh my God! The defuse is in. Out of bullets and out of shots, and Astralis, they're going to pick up the first pistol round. Well, that's the level we want right off the bat, Semler.
They do not disappoint. And you know, when it's cold, the last man alive, this guy, he is in peak shape, Anders. He's been dropping 30 bombs all group long. He is a terror. And the last time Astralis played against him, he dropped 35 kills in 24 rounds. Astralis just shaking their heads, laughing. How do you play against this guy? A split second away from saving it there for SK Gaming and securing the pistol round. But instead, it's Astralis, the Danes, who will be starting off with a goodbye here. They have the rifles, but so do SK, Anders. So do SK.
An absolute sign of what's to come here. You said maybe Cold Zero wouldn't be respecting him too much. He'd try and sort of roll in here and just establish some dominance, and shows that SK definitely have that sort of mindset. If they can just crack the Danes early on, break their spirits, then yeah, maybe they're going to go right through to the semifinals. Certainly the AK, the UMP, very aggressive buy. Traditionally, if you get that bomb plant down the pistol, you wait until the third round and you buy our rifles on everybody. SK have gone for a much more aggressive style. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. They are not as fast as maybe you could have hoped for here, but then again, with more than a minute, they could afford to maybe let Phelps find an opening, or one of the Deagles.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, we've seen Cold, the triple kill versus Astralis as well with the Deagle. Guy can definitely hit headshots. The 1 Deags are true, but right now SK have done a very good job of maintaining nade control. Look at this. They still have 4 smokes to work with, the flashes and the HEs, whereas Astralis, they no longer have anything to really buy time with apart from the flashes. So it's going to come down to the anti-flashes, and we'll see if they can make it count.
Sip doing his best to try and avoid any flashbangs in the corner. He's going to go for the peek. He's right into a lead, and Taco's going to run him down here. He's out to Cold Zero, and that's a perfect opening for the Brazilian side. 3 kills, only 1 of them returned, and Glaive and Device, unless they get very fast kills here, it isn't worth it. It's better to just save the rifles for the upcoming round. They're going to put 1 Molotov in that might catch them a kill, but it still leaves Glaive in a 1 versus 3, and he's in a terrible position right here. Without the grenades, without the kit, almost impossible, and now he's shot in the face as well. No head armor, so that does a tremendous amount of damage, and Fallen will take him down. SK strike right back. Brilliant play.
Very clean. You saw that the timings on the flashes. Astralis, we saw a little bit of this from them on Inferno, where they had really paced out the flashes and covered everything. Their nade game is so strong right now, but we just got an example from SK that they certainly can coordinate well together. That was perfect. The fact that you turned back into a flash after dodging the first one, it couldn't have gone better. And Taco, of course, leading the way for SK Gaming. 1-1. And well, it will be the force buy here from Astralis, but I'm pretty sure that they wish they had those 2 rifles to work with here. Still, you know, I guess Blaze trying to make power play, trying to show that we're not going to run away, that we're going to fight you, but that is going to cost them here, Astralis.
Well, absolutely, the energy for both teams is going to be high very early on in this game, but if you keep forcing and you keep running out of money, then, you know, the team spirit will sort of drop over time, and Astralis, I think, are just trying to get the most out of the early energy here in the match and try and see if they can maybe power it back. They do have 3 Deagles and 1 P250 there and a Scout on device, so they absolutely have some very capable Deagle players. Both Kirby and Dupree in the past have hit some really incredible shots, so now would be a good time to do that. You don't want to let
Peter be... No, Peter!
get the early lead here.
Well, Dupree knows the game is up. He's going to have to worry about getting out of here intact. Luckily for him, nobody waiting for him in B halls to take advantage of him dropping out of vents, but device is scouted up, and yep, there's the one tag. Phelps already down to 30 HP. That's what you have to worry about when you're running up against these scouts. They do so much damage.
And now they're going to be careful. Make a plan and go for it. Nice amount of damage there. Device very nearly taken out. And they've got them in control here. SK don't really seem panicked to me at all. Feels like they are working as a unit and making sure they don't give anything up easily. So even the damage on Phelps there is going to be fine. Now they just need to actually get onto a side. There's 30 seconds left. And there are still 2 and actually 3 members, including the Scout, covering this A entrance. So careful now, SK.
Oh no!
Or you can just
Marcus!
get an amazing shot on device.
Marcus!
Zipnik, up close, will take down first. So they are making this expensive.
Oh, yes, Marcus!
15 seconds left in the round, and they are running out of space here, SK.
Yes, Marcus!
Kirby gets the drop on Taco, and SK getting the door shut on him. 4 players still in this war stars. Thank you. We'll take our rifles back.
Yes, Marcus, you fucking
Well, that's almost unbelievable. You have to admire the lineup shot from Kirby with the second Deagle kill there. It is not easy, and again, you're playing on a stage that's being actually surrounded by the entire audience here. Yeah, definitely you can miss shots like that, but that was very well done on his part. And SK just not getting the right coordination. The pinch between highway and main here is supposed to be more effective. It's supposed to be Kirby dead with no chance to reply, and it's very well done.
And the nades, there were still nades to play there for SK Gaming. They still had smokes, they still had flashes, and instead they just ran onto the site.
Marcus's face after he did that was so cute, oh my god.
Trying to go aggressive
Oh my god.
takes a lot of damage.
What
He's
is
down to half
going
HP already. Going for the aggro play, trying to stumble SK Gaming over on this side of the map, but that certainly cost him, and Kirby as well. So SK, they can probably use that information later on here. They've gone for the force again, SK Gaming, no surprise there. This is going to turn into that slugger match and a trade instantly. But the bomb has been spotted here for Astralis, and Dupree rotating over device as well.
Nobody wants to bend early on.
They're gonna go back. They're gonna go B.
Round.
They're gonna go B.
He's such an aggressive player.
No,
Maybe he's the one to find the opening. Still got plenty of time here, so if Astralis make a mistake and go for any kind of a peek, he can crack the round right open.
No, no, don't all rotate.
Dupree will win the fight against
Yes, Peter, yes,
and
Peter!
That's definitely important. Now things become very tricky for SK. They don't have a lot left, and they're also low on grenades here.
And Zola, Phelps trying to pick up that AK. See if he can find it exactly. Not going to happen. Dupree uses it as bait. Does a whole lot of damage to Phelps, who has to back off. And they're getting picked off right now, SK Gaming. And once again, they're running out of time. We're getting to that 30-second mark, and they are no closer to getting onto a bomb site. Device at car with the incendiary as well. We'll see where he decides to put that in, and if it will help, exactly, there it is, to buy even more time. Oh, wait, never mind, messed it up.
But it was a good idea. Definitely would have caused a lot of trouble. 18 seconds left. Let's see what SK can do here. Pistols. Dupree will take one kill and Kirby will follow it up, and they shut the round down nicely.
Peter didn't even get him off. Marcus, Device, and Peter.
So it seems like a temporary moment of tranquility has sort of risen in the middle of this match, or at least at the beginning of it. Astralis now 3-1, SK a bit out of money, so just a deep breath. I don't think SK are going to be bothered at all. I think they're just going to say, yeah, well, we tried and it didn't work. Now we'll just wait one round and then we're right back.
Exactly. I'd like to see a hard eco out of SK Gaming, actually. Just save as much money as possible for the 6th round. We'll be able to buy, maybe get an AWP into play, right? These are the sorts of things that you're looking for right now on SK Gaming side. Astralis, though, full bot, and the nades going out already. So no problems here for them, and this should be one of those rounds where Astralis should survive.
Device, be careful.
Device,
why are you reloading in the open? What are you doing?
Trying to turn back, but they're going to be right on him. He gets run over.
Play. Lucas.
Catch the right moment. Ferg going to be able to take down Glaive.
Why was he reloading in the open? Or why was he doing being stupid?
3 versus 4 retake, and really think this through Astralis. Oh, nice grenade. The grenades are really helping out Astralis here. The Molotov is going to do an incredible amount of damage.
Throw it, Zip.
We'll see when he decides to put that through, and sure enough, it's going to land right on top of him. Phelps might be out of harm's way here, and he's got the angle, looking for it, spots the man coming up on high, and Fur taking a little bit of damage, but they are getting tossed into the fire here. Phelps now wins the duel versus Zipnix, maintaining the man advantage for SK Gaming, and Astralis, they might be a little bit worried.
Marcus, no!
They're going to be allowed to back out. Second round on the board for SK Gaming, and it's a hard eco win. Astralis, you're kicking yourself. You are kicking yourself right now.
Well, that's actually unforgivable, because I think SK, the run boost is, you're not deciding that run boost, say maybe we win the round. You're just saying maybe we get close to someone holding there, and then we get a kill, and then we're pretty much in a good position, right?
Yeah.
Then we're pretty happy. The fact that they managed to run over the whole bomb site and win the round is just incredible, and Astralis definitely should have been playing better there. I wonder if Device, he was the first man in, if he didn't hear the drop from the run boost.
He saw him. He saw it coming. The thing is, like, he should have stood his ground. Yeah, like, that's where you gotta wonder. Like, can't play scared against a team like SK. They will take advantage.
It's like backing off is one thing, but backing off with your back turn seems like madness, you know? Like, at least be able to return.
Oh, no way!
Boost attempt, I think, for Dupree and Glaive. They were just waiting and trying to see if they could get that done, and they get caught in the middle of it.
Well, that's unfortunate. This is a force buy for Astralis. We've got the hero AWP on Device, but now he's going to be playing very carefully. Odds of them winning this round have shot down for Astralis. And so when you put all your money into that AWP, you want to put yourself in positions where you can back out safely. The only issue is that Fur might have something to say about that. This is going to be nasty. Does he look left? Yes, he does. Easiest shot of his life.
No,
he's going for the knife.
Oh, he shouldn't. He definitely shouldn't. He's waiting for the bomb to get over to B. Like, going for the knife round would be a huge mistake for him.
Of course. But one can always dream, Anders. Come on.
I mean, you've got to think that if he did that, he would have lost his mind just a little bit. A grenade onto Fur. Sip going to be going down as well. Great execute and nice push there from Fur. Something that we sort of identify with his playstyle. That's what we want to see, being the aggressive player and getting in behind the enemy line. The money there for Astralis not looking good, so this game is just evolving in a really unexpected way right now.
Well, they're so even. They are so even. I made the joke earlier, is this 2014? But it does feel like it, right? 4 spies back and forth, refusing to bend, refusing to break, and just constantly going into the fight. It's only now that Astralis have to go for the hard eco, right? Very little money spent in the round, trying to save up for the next one. I mean, this is what I want to see out of both of these teams. Chaotic CS. It doesn't need to be clean. It just needs to be exciting.
Well, they've got a bit of control. Actually, pretty much just the default spread here from SK to make sure that there's no crazy push going on. There is Sip and Kirby with a little bit of a play over here, but Taco will be definitely checking this. I can't see him not checking this corner against Kirby.
Oh my god, Marcus!
Realizing, could have got the jump bomb in there. That was a bit scary.
Yeah, there was definitely a chance. A little bit of a shake your head moment there if you're Kirby. You had him dead to rights, but it's still a hard ego. You can kind of just write this one off. Although, sick shot from Dupree.
Holy Peter, oh, you god.
That's going to slow SK down a bit. Hopefully not as much as the last round. And now, instead they've got Fur creeping up the speedway towards the A bomb side, which is you want him in that aggressive position. Device is pretty much triangulated by 3 of the SK players, so I don't see a happy ending for him here. He's going to be going down to Fur. Really good coordination, and Glaive and Dupree now just looking for the last couple of kills that they can maybe get in this round, but
I'm losing my fucking
SK going
voice
back
already.
to the other bomb. Oops. Crouched in. Dupree looking for the headshot. Oversteps to mark a bit, and he goes down. Glaive next, and that's SK Gaming picking up yet another round and making it 4-3.
And that's such an important round for SK Gaming, keeping 4 players alive. You can see the impact that this is having on their economy now. 2 guys, full bot, floating around 9,000. They actually nearly have the exact same amount of money, 9,550. And so you have a good bank to work with. Cold up at nearly 9K as well. So right now there's very little pressure on SK Gaming's shoulders. They have an economy to build with. They have everything they need in this round. Fallen has got his AWP, and they're probably going up against another round of eco. Triple HEs here, straight into mid for Astralis, and none of them connect.
Yeah, it's a fairly small investment, so it makes sense for them to try something. Again, only pistols here and no armor, so SK giving even more breathing room here right now. It's very good for them, and their economy most certainly probably will give them a bit of a lead. The bomb is down, but there is a bit of backup here, and Fallen does claim it right back. which is important. But even if they didn't have Fallen there, they could probably still retake the bomb. I don't see any world in which Astralis can hold that, even though it's a bit comical for a moment.
Oh yeah, Zipnix has already rotated over. Glaive looks like he might be heading over towards that A side to help out Dupree. Try and get those semi-stack going over here towards A, but SK, they're taking their time with this. They are not rushing. They need to figure out on the B side, first and foremost, if this is a stack for Astralis before fully committing. But it looks like Taco over on Squeak. Stopping a bit of a diversion, and once again Dupree. Phelps is a split second too late to stop his teammate from getting his head ripped off.
Oh, the timing here for Glaive. Looks like Fur manages to turn around, but Glaive was definitely thinking about it for a moment. Crosshair is right on him. The smoke fades, and so does Glaive's chances to live. Sitting now in 1 versus 3, and he's going to be going down. Just stellar work from Fur. He looks very tuned in. He's got just, what, 10 kills at this point in time? Looking godlike. 5-3. And moving into the 9th round here, we've got Astralis finally with more money to buy, but SK fans are getting fired up here in Krakow.
Yeah, we've got the chant coming in now, and well, we need the Danish fans in the hall to start making some noise here for Astralis. You got to give them their energy, because right now they need it. The full buy coming through here for Astralis, and we will have that op v op battle. Fallen heading over towards the B halls, but the Vice will be heading to the opposite side of the map, and so we'll see who's going to find the first pick and who goes aggressive. Like the Vice was thinking about it for a second there if he wanted to go towards Squeak Door, but it's going to be delayed into it, and Taco's close enough to hear that. Does not fall for the trap.
A bit scary. He's got to be careful because you can shoot right through that wall, which is actually what the device is trying to do. Taco alone. There's no one in main right now that can draw any attention away from him, so it's kind of difficult for him to get anything much done here. Falling back and, again,
Timing.
the wall bangs going both ways.
I thought Device was about to pull the trigger there. That would have been sick. Instead, just a little bit of a skirmish, some damage exchanged, and pretty even across the board here for both of these teams. And Astralis, they've done a fantastic job managing their nades. Still have so much to work with, and we just passed the minute mark. You still have 5 incendiaries up on Astralis. This is perfect. SK Gaming, they should be hard-pressed now to actually get into a site with all of this gear that Astralis have to work with.
You can tell that these teams have a lot of respect for each other right now. They're really slowing it down, SK here. They don't want to make any mistakes at all. Carefully measuring out all the information that they get and trying to figure out where's the weak point on the map. Now, Fur going to go for a bit of a mid-action here. He's got the full wall of smokes in front of him, and he's going to go and check out vents, trying to see if he can make some noise, cause a bit of a distraction, but it looks like it'll be a crunch again up the highway towards the A-bomb side, and Phelps trying to see if he can make his way in. He's very close. This is such a dangerous position. This could get very bad for the Danish side. Sim will get 1 kill, but there's the great double return. Cold Zero and Fur getting a bit back here, out in the open. Oh, Device is there with a diagonal line to take down Fallen, and that might have saved the round. 7 seconds left.
Oh my God,
Wow! Device jumping right on top of Cold Zero, and there's no time for the bomb part here. Fur goes down, and the clock runs out. Device with a triple, and Astralis, they're going to win the round, but that could have gone either way.
With so little time to work with, but again, there we go, I heard him. I heard him. There's the Astralis chat.
Well then, 4-5 the scoreline. How are SK getting that far up the highway every time? That has to be a sign of trouble for Astralis. I think Device actually realizes that he's not straight hitting the ground, which he would dropping off the epoch. I think that's actually what tipped him to the fact that someone was there. Like, wait a minute.
That's just instinct. The Device, this time around, it's not gonna work. Goes for the peek, through Squeak Door, Taco with the headshot, Phelps is there to take down Kevy at mid. And just like that, the span of 5 seconds, we've got a huge advantage now for SK Gaming in the round. Good nades as well here for SK Gaming, and really now this is about just slowing it down, forcing Astralis to be the ones to make the play here. And there we go, the SK Gaming fans starting to wake up here in the stadium. Double AWP in play, perhaps. Taco trying to manage that so that there's no chance that Zipnix can get over here and pick up the op. I like that. Good awareness. When you've got the time and you got the map control, you might as well mess with your opponents just a little bit more.
It's good. It's a good play from Sip to go into main, but they made so much noise doing it that right on the other side, Colseer will have heard the flashbang and the peak, so he knows that they've got the information that no one is in main right now. And that's really good for SK Gaming. Now they can sort of slowly start to with the back here, and you see Astralis on the mini reacting to the no A main peak. They're going to gravitate towards B, and that's a big mistake. Sip goes down. I think Cold Sierra just probably
Save your
heard
guns.
enough
Save your
noise
guns.
then to be able to call the rest of the round for SK Gaming. Very well done. Glaive and Dupree gonna have to fall back. They've already headed over here, and that's just very interesting. Essentially,
Be
some
smart.
misinformation
Play
for Astralis,
this
but
smart.
you know that
Keep
happens.
your
and
guns, please.
This time it's definitely going to cost them the round. 6-4 in favor of SK Gaming. Again, their economy looking much better now, and Astralis they don't really have much except these rifles.
Yeah, I would actually like to see the 4 players from SK Gaming out and hunting these guys right now. We have 3 of them who are closing in on the B site. Cold just checking T-spawn along with Taco, making sure that nobody can get towards that bomb. But with the money that SK Gaming have, I mean, they can afford to give up a few of these rifles to shut down these Astralis players, and it looks like they thought that they went into CT spawn. That's not going to be the case. Now Fallen, you're running out of time here.
Yeah, a bit of a shame for SK Gaming. It's nice when you can get those rifles away in the last couple of seconds, but seems like Astralis are going to be fairly safe. No reason really to peek that either. Be very careful. And there it is, 6-4. SK Gaming taking the lead here in map 1 of the second quarterfinals, and they are looking, again, very good, and you have to worry about the fact that Fur is this high on the scoreboard. He's 12-1-6 as a scoreline. He's got a 2.0 kill death ratio. That's a bit rough. That's much to deal with.
Throughout the groups, Cold sucked a lot of the oxygen out of the room. I mean, when the guy's dropping multiple 30 bombs, it's kind of hard to like pay attention to everybody on the team. But Fur is right up there with Cold in questions of consistency. He always turns up. He rarely, if ever, has an off day. And so it's just like you give the chance for Fur to work a little bit, and this is what he's capable of. He will also take over. And so Astralis right now, they're going for a timeout just because they need to start figuring out, right, okay, so we went aggressive, that didn't work. How do we adjust here? Is it going to be a B hulls push? Is that what's going to come up here next for Astralis? It's not something that they've really done yet in this half, and so they can try and change up and throw something new at SK Gaming. They still have the money. They went for a force buy.
But so many of these rounds from the Brazilian side have started off with just defaults, where they spread out, they look for the Astralis players, they make sure that no one is pushing anywhere. We saw how Device got caught over by Squeak, by Taco. They're doing something similar almost every round, so there really aren't that many opportunities for Astralis, I think, to throw in anything crazy. It looks like they may have wanted to go for a boost in the middle. That could be interesting. There are people watching on the other side. Fur is sort of lingering around that area, but yeah, this is where they got caught the last time, and it seems like they just want to try and see if they can take maximum advantage. Normally, people try and move on from that boost. If he's just going to stay there, that's going to be a huge off angle for SK Gaming. I don't see them really seeing this coming.
Absolutely, no, this could work perfectly, but Device, he's getting flamed because Cold Zero's already cleared out so much of the B site. Down to 7 HP Device, and that is going to prompt a rotation coming through. Jebby and Zipnik's already backing off towards CT spawn. I mean, Device has to call for some backup. He is so low.
Fallen wants him to do that. You can see he's setting up for the rotation. He's thinking, yes, yes, come help out your wounded teammate, and I'm here with you to snipe you out. Down to 50 seconds. Let's see if this boost's going to work out. Glaive, timing is everything. His teammate's going to get Molotov. He just runs in there, and that's going to be traded quick by Fallen. That might have been a bit drastic. Dupree goes down, and now things are looking much better for SK Gaming in the B bomb side. Device on almost no health at all, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He actually gets a kill on one, and Zip is there to try and follow it up. Fur goes down again, 30 seconds left now. It's a 2-on-2, and Device doing so much
Device!
work. Another headshot coming in, and Taco goes down. Device on just 7 health gets a quad kill to save the round for his team. Come on, man. How do they not clear the bomb side of him?
Turns out that Astralis have got some star power too. Cold, you've been put on notice. Device is here to play. Didn't go well for him in the last round, but here he plays that angle perfectly, going for the wall bangs instead of trying to face it straight up. And that just totally shuts down SK Gaming. SK, they're going to be frustrated because they knew they had that round in the bag.
Yes.
So it looks like we actually have another timeout getting called here.
Maybe on the technical side here. But I mean, I guess that sort of makes up for the previous run where the run boost cleared out the B bomb side and they ended up winning the round. SK now, we're sort of getting a bit more even now. It's impossible to say what the sort of balance is on a map like this when you've got sort of the 2 best teams in the world fighting. We've seen in the past very many times that the T side can get quite a few rounds and still have a hard time closing out the game. Although I think SK are going to be lethal on the CT side. I think they're going to be a very good team. So I'm not actually that worried for them. I think as long as no one runs away and gets like, you know, I guess 10 or 11 wouldn't be possible, but 11, you know, 10 rounds or more on this first half, it's still a pretty open competition between these teams. So right now, we're heading for a great map 1, I would say.
Well, there's the golden opportunity now for Astralis. This technical timeout, I mean, they're not allowed to communicate. They can't really use this as a tactical timeout where they can discuss what they want to do in the next round, but it does allow them to actually sit and breathe a little bit and get centered up again, get focused, because their economy is on the line here, Anders. You were mentioning 10 rounds. Definitely possible for SK if they win this next round, because then Astralis are going to be back at pistols, and it's going to get ugly for them. And you do not want to be letting SK Gaming get into double digits in the first half. You need to finish this at 8-7 in this half, get it real close, and then win the pistol round in the second half here if you're Astralis.
A good sign for all involved is the fact that there's nobody on the scoreboard right now that's completely dropped off. We see that sometimes where one player will just have a very hard time getting into, they're not really feeling it. There's no one like that. I mean, Fallen's a bit lower than everyone else, but they're not really much lower, and he's also doing a fair bit of the calling, so that doesn't bother me at all.
Well, there hasn't been much aggression in B Halls, right? He keeps going over to B Halls with that AWP to camp, and well, Astralis are just not really giving him anything to work with over there. So sadly for him, a lot of the action has been happening over on A.
And that happens every once in a while. Game will start in just a couple of seconds here. Technical timeout, then that'll happen. 10 computers, headsets, mice, keyboard, a lot of individual components that can get messed up.
Absolutely. Drivers, the whole kit and caboodle. It is actually a bit of the lucky draw, right? You know, if you're going to have a tournament that goes off without a hitch, or if you're going to have a tournament where all of a sudden, oh, the driver disappeared. Great. Now we need to go through the checklist and figure out what went wrong. But thankfully, we have some excellent admins here at PGL, and they're going to be figuring it out fairly quickly here.
In fact, I think they may already have. They just were looking for the resume. So 15 seconds on the countdown, and we are going to get back into it here. 6-5, and the audience still with us, very excited. We're going to get back into it. Still the first half of this best of 3, but let's get this show on the road. Astralis, they're 1 round behind. The SK Gaming can still buy. They still have a pretty good economy, and if they can crack it open once again, Astralis are going to be in a lot of trouble here. They seem so focused on the Brazilian side.
Yes, Device.
Wow. Device takes that kill against Holland, who might have been looking for a different angle there.
I think he's caught off guard by just how quick Device is out there. Fallen is definitely looking for the man coming from connector towards short, and instead Device is already there. Even blind, Device hits the shot. No worries at all here for Astralis in this round. They've got the man advantage now. And Device continues to try and control mid here for his team. The rest of his teammates have spread out. 2-1-2 setup for Astralis. We'll see how that plays out. There's no reason for them to go aggressive on either of the sites now. It's really just Device who's going to be able to take a little bit of a risk here and hang around in mid.
And they got that boost, the silent boost onto the box in A-bomb side. They actually made no noise coming up here, so SK might still check it, but they have no audio information that they should. Whereas sometimes we'll see a bit more noise with the run boost and stuff like that. In that case, Taco, who's still playing that squeak door, would have been able to get something going. Now we're down to 50 seconds and the grenades are starting to rain in. More of them coming through. Kievu getting the first kill. The guy carrying the bomb, that's Felt's going down. Kievu again, trying to see if he can hero his way down.
Oh my
Looking
God.
for more sprays. He's almost out of bullets and
Oh my God, oh my God!
But Kievu is still alive long enough for the Device to get the kill on Taco. And that leaves Cold Syrup. And he may well be the best player in the world. But one versus four with his little time left, it's almost impossible. He's going to get Device first, but now 1-on-3.
What was that from Device? Just going for the hero plays. I mean, it's still a 1-on-3, so he's pretty confident in his teammates' abilities here. And it looks like Cold Zera going to try and play a little bit with the AWP. Unfortunately for him, not expecting to breathe to hit the flank. And there will be no joy for SK Gaming in this round. Kierby played that masterfully. You have to give it to him. In the big games, you often speak of Dupree, you speak of Device. Device, one of the best players in the world. But Kierby, he's a stage player, Anders. He shows up when his team need him most. We saw it at the Majors and E-League, and we're seeing it again here now. That was a key round and a big win for the young gun.
Device was actually flashed as well for that kill, so that makes it even worse in some ways for Fallen. If he ever goes back and watches the demo, that's going to be very upsetting. That ties up the scoreline at 6-6 moving into the 13th round. And now SK still able to buy, but this time it's a lot less impressive. We got the Galil, we got limited grenades on the Brazilian side, trying to make sure that Astralis don't actually run away with this first half. If they get up to 9 rounds, that would be quite impressive. And it seems like they're still just looking for a bit of map control, walking around, trying to see if they can find an opening somewhere.
Taking a little bit more time here. I mean, Taco has really just set up shop over there by Squeak Door. That is his turf. There, round after round.
He looks funny.
It seems like that is the key part of the game plan here for SK Gaming, having him over here so that they can later on rotate over towards A if they need to, exactly opening the Squeak Door, making a little bit of noise, but everybody is here for SK Gaming this time, and it is going to be the push straight out onto the side. Fallen not wasting any time at all, and he wins the King Door versus Ipnix as well, but Device is there to trade, takes down Fur.
Hiding in the back of the bomb side, so good grenades coming in right now from SK Gaming.
Oh my God, Device!
Device gets that kill, Legacy, and Kievu to follow it up. now things are looking good for the Danish side. They got the 4-1-2, and SK are in a lot of trouble here. Jeremy gets a kill, and they take down Taco as well. Device, an absolute champion. Grenades raining in right next to his face. He almost has no chance of making it out, and he does anyway.
Puts him up onto 13 frags, tied up with Fur. Fur had the strong start, but we're seeing Cold and Fur versus Kirby and Device. Some of the best CS possible right here on the server, live from Krakow. And Astralis come out ahead, 7-6 now in the half, and now it's possible to get that 9-6 finish here for Astralis.
Yes, it absolutely is. I want to know how close that shot, the leg shot, was to hitting Taco behind him, because it was the exact same lineup.
The collateral element, sick.
Someone go and check the demo and find that out. That has to be known. Fallen there, sneaking in and taking down Kirby. That's a good start here. SK, they've done it before.
Oh,
Maybe they could do it again.
no.
Shot and doing a lot of damage, but he can't get the kill on Sip, and instead now Taco is going to be going down. That was a bit too close.
Yeah, the recovery there.
Taste.
2 body shots and Zip down to 9 HP, but Device was there to watch his back. The follow-up there for Fallen was not possible when his teammates are dropping like 9 pins behind him. 8-6, Astralis, they've nearly done it, but SK Gaming after that round of eco, they've got the AKs to go into it, and now we have to see, are we going to see a change of pace from SK Gaming? We've seen a lot of slow rounds from them. Is it now at the end of the half where you decide to change it up and get out there?
15th round, ladies and gentlemen, 8-6, so let's see how this folds out. Whereas that SK chant that we were hearing earlier, I feel like they're the ones right now who maybe need a bit of energy back, and their fans have gone a bit quiet towards the end of the first half. Phelps trying to see if he could make his way in through the smoke, goes for the spray, but the tree is there. Great refrag coming in from Fur. Now trying to stay alive, but Fur won't have any of it. The Molotov to go into the sandbags, and Kirby out in the open. Great play coming in from Fur, and Fallen to close it out, taking down Sip, leaving Device in a 1 versus 4 here. What an aggressive round, man. Fur is a champion.
Oh, there's the first one. You can see that one coming from a mile away. Not gonna miss a shot like that, but Fur in connector, and it looks like he's wondering, Device, is this actually going to happen? Is he gonna spot him out? Does he play this quiet enough? No. Right behind him, and Fur will get the shot, will get the drop, and it will be a 7th round for SK Gaming. 8-7 at the end of the first half here. And the players get a little bit of time to pause and consider if they want to take their time before getting into the second half pistol. But the chaotic mid, straight out into mid, long fight, early aggression, and SK, they come out ahead.
Yeah, look at all the work that Fur does. I mean, the 2 kills, but the Molotov to force Kirby out. I mean, he actually wins the entire mid fight. It's sort of incidental that it's someone else who gets the kill on Kirby. It's obviously Fur who is the architect of it, so my God, what a first half for him. I mean, this is just out of control.
I just feel bad for Glaive. That is the worst spot to try and take a fight if you're Glaive.
Yeah.
I always feel like when your mouse is all the way up, they're like, oh, how do you do the aim? Nightmare.
Yeah, because you end up pivoting against the top of the cone, essentially, so that's never a good time. 8-7, and the second half going to be coming up any second now. This could go anyway. I don't know how to call this one. This is going to be another brutal half coming in here. The resume has happened. We're going to be live in 18 seconds. Let's see what Astralis can get for us. We saw double smoke and a Molotov for SK when they were on the T side, and that was a very interesting approach. Certainly almost got the round. Cole was close to clutching it there, so we'll see if they could do something similar to Astralis.
Well, the countdown has not begun.
Gotta be a reset.
Well, that looks like sometimes you have to go through with this. 700,000 fans tuning in to watch, guys. Spread the word. So sick that you are here for one of the very best CS matches possible between SK and Astralis, 2 of the top 3 teams in the world. Both of them major winners, and this is as good as it gets. So spread the word, get everybody in here. This is not a match you want to miss.
Yeah, one of the really classic matches or sort of duels that we've been having lately in Counter-Strike. The story between these 2 teams keeps evolving, and it's only going to get more interesting for sure. Here's another chapter of it, and we are back. Second half is live. Let's get some noise in the arena again. Krakow, second half coming up here. Astralis and SK Gaming. And let's see what the Brazilians can do. Grenade landing on Fur already, and he's trying to fall back behind the forklift, actually making his way quite far back. And Astralis look like they want a lot of speed behind this. There's a headshot from Fallen, looking for a bit more, still playing the angle, but he's going to go down through the smoke. Fur with 1 reflag. Is he going to have to do it all on his own here? It seems like he's going to get it right. It's going to have to be him. He's very low on health, and the flank is in as well. 3 versus 3.
They're so quick to get in here, SK Gaming. That flank is going to be key. Can Phelps find anything from it? Fur, doesn't matter if he's on 12 HP. Still finds the headshot first. The device and Debris not connecting. He's still alive.
Oh, yes,
Will
Peter.
eventually get the headshot on Colt, and even spots Phelps pushing as well. Key information, and a headshot helps as well. Debris, the bomb. It is in a decent enough spot, and there's the tap from Fur, baiting the reaction. Debris playing it first.
Peter!
And there will not be enough time here for this defuse, I don't think. It's going to be right on the edge. Not going to happen. Astralis worked the second half pistol, and Debris did everything that was necessary there.
Yeah, but that's a heartbreaking moment for Fur. I mean, he should have been gone the second he was down to 12 health. Instead, he picks up a triple kill and almost defuses the bomb. How much does one man have to do to try and win this map for his team? He has got 19 kills, and he almost won that pistol round alone. This is nuts.
Before the bomb goes boom there, I think the fist bomb.
I don't know, man. This is shocking. Definitely one of those heartbreaking moments that can really take a lot of stress for a player. You know, that's got to be something where you feel like almost had it. Now Astralis have got all the grenades, and they're going to use every single one to clear out this bomb side. Though SK are moving in, and let's not count them out yet. They're very good with the pistols. He has fallen trying to hit a headshot. The Priest got 1 kill at least, and they're trying for the bomb plan. They're going to smoke it off to cover it, and Gabby firing away. Last bullet it seemed to get the kill on Fallen, making it a 5 versus 3.
Phelps lurking around the edge of the smoke will not make it.
Well, okay.
And
They're messing
this is actually Astralis
with the pictures, like.
And SK Gaming,
Marcus is not
they
that
went for a
cold.
different strategy here. From Astralis, we saw 4 spies in the first half. From SK Gaming, you can see it's a bit of a half buy. Not everybody is investing in the Kevlar. Fallen, prioritizing his money, certainly wants to get that AWP out as quickly as possible, but also to have more nades to work with. And so it seems like SK Gaming, a little bit more comfortable here, willing to let Astralis take the lead without so much of a fight.
Saving a C7 and the Deagle, it might seem fairly insignificant, but in the hands of people like Zero and Taco, you really never know. Oh my god, they're going to find him in the end anyway? That's annoying.
He got spotted. Sadly, Device saw him go into the back corner. There's no getting away from it. Bonus $600 in Device's pocket. He's going to be happy about that. Gets him up to that AWP all the quicker. And well, now another round of eco here for SK Gaming. Not looking too happy about how things are going on here in the second half, but still early days, Anders. This is the first map of this best-of-3 quarterfinal. And Astralis, they're only 3 rounds ahead. Half-life reconfirmed.
Oh my god!
10 to 7 here. 3-round gap. Probably will be a 4th here unless SK can pull out some more of that Brazilian magic. Their Counter-Strike is some of the best in the world. Not just these guys, but Immortals too, still in the tournament, still fighting. Astralis going for, again, a lot of pace in these anti-eco rounds. They don't want to give SK much of a room to sort of move around and do anything. Using all the utility, the grenades and everything. Marcus been down. Taco with a nice kill. Just punching him down in the corner, and now for, oh my lord, what is happening? Gets a couple of headshots, and
no, Luke.
Now it gets interesting.
My voice, holy shit.
The bomb at some point, Astralis. That's kind of what you need to do here. Get that bomb ticking. Now Fur actually has time to work with. He's rotating around, playing the long game. Whereas Glaive is only just now going to get the plant. There's a chance here for Fur. Glaive might not be expecting him to be coming through in this direction. Instead, he might be expecting him from CT or short, and so this could be big here for Fur. Does he catch Glaive mid-air? Does he catch him unawares?
Lucas!
Sure enough, but Glaive spots him, and the gig is up.
He doesn't have a kit. This is almost impossible. There is a gun right in front of him. He's going to pick up the MAC-10, making a bit of noise, and Glaive playing the time. This is very smart indeed. He just has to run.
Bring around
the time is going to run out. Fur will get a bullet to the face instead, and again, every single time there's something going on here for SK Gaming, it's Fur in charge of it. He's got just 21 kills in 17 rounds. I mean, 18 if you count this one. It's unbelievable.
I mean, this is what you expect to see, Anders. It really is kind of just like, who's going to turn up this game? Is it going to be Cole? Is it going to be Fur? Is it going to be Fallen? There's so much star power on both of these rosters. But here we go, we get into the thick of things, and this is interesting. The double up is possible for SK. It is one of the strategies that they've used in the past, but Taco will be the second up over on that A side for SK Gaming.
hate when
Falling with the alpha mid. This is fun.
So much time, and Astralis employing a very similar style as to the one that SK were using in the first half.
Device, do not.
Trying to make sure that
Device,
there's
do
not going
not
to be anyone
fucking peek your
sneaking
damn
in
head
from
out
any
there.
corners. You can see he wants to take the fight. Fallen's actually standing in a spot where he can get just wallbang from Device instead. The Molotov going to be falling in to try and see if he can push him back, and now it's a waiting game. Who's going to lose the patience battle first? Going to be a bit of a grenade in Device. Oh, it is close. It's very close.
He's got to grit your teeth and bear it. He's going to spot him, making him out. Cold Zero is here, but the Molotov perfectly timed will fend him off. And all of this utility just feeding into this duel between the two offers. This is how you have to play it now. You need your teammates to set you up.
Be
Both
careful.
of these teams
Device,
with
be
their
careful.
communication.
How many grenades have been used just to push Fallen back? I mean, almost everything that Astralis has, and they still haven't landed a shot on him. Now it's 30 seconds, and it's going to be the A-bomb side again of the Speedway, just like SK were doing. They're simply fighting fire with fire, and Fallen is going to miss one shot at least. The three getting very close here, and Device will take him down. A lot of trouble for the A-bomb side.
Gotta get on A. Gotta go. Gotta go.
In the side of the head, and Carey to take him down. Now, out in the open, he's going to fall as well. And Astralis are getting dangerously close in this round. 2 versus 4.
2 versus 4, and really, Phelps. You can't really hang around here too much. He wants to get that AWP. That's exactly it. Cold Zero's going to be able to rotate over here to back him up. And sure enough, Phelps makes the grab. Now can they get out of here intact? Because Zipnik's already rotated back through T-spawn. Wondering, but that was as clean as it gets from Astralis. Getting the mid control and then just an explosive play straight out onto the A site together as a unit. That's what you want to see. Not if you're an SK fan. But if you're Astralis, you're pretty happy right now.
I don't know who that was
Or if you're a Counter-Strike fan, you just want to see the culmination of all those grenades being used to push forward that actually worked. So that when the fight happens, it happens on the A-bomb side with just complete chaos. You could see Taco, even as Fallen goes down, Taco doesn't know where to stand. There's nowhere to stand on that bomb site. That's the whole point of pushing them that far back.
I swear, like time just stretches out when you're trying to save the gun, and you're just like, please roll over to the next round already. CS just like, actually, no, we're going to wait a couple more seconds here just to make it a little bit more tense. But Cold survives, Phelps as well, and so they will have some firepower to work with here in the second, in this next round for SK. Eventually, Device is like a heat-seeking missile, man. Fallen tried to run, but there was no hiding.
It's on 22, so gonna continue to find it out here. 5-round gap. That isn't my main concern. I think SK can definitely make it back. I'm worried about their money. They might end up falling short on this first map just if they can't actually keep buying rifles. And they have got a fairly defensive setup once again. Astralis though going to try and make their way through the smoke. They didn't quite check the corner. Oh, but he misses the spray. He goes down to the debris. And now Taco has to go mega in this corner. He's got the FAMAS and they're around the other side of the smoke. Bit of a grenade coming through. Taco getting one. Going for the second one. Claim is quick on the return. And now the bomb is going to be going down. And SK Gaming in so much trouble here. Device has got the angle covered off. And he doesn't realize that Phelps is over there. But still, it might be worth to back off here. It will be 13 rounds for Astralis. They just can't do it, SK Gaming. They have to back off.
Now, resist that urge, Phelps. Resist it. Just back off. No need to go for repeats. Just save the guns for the next round, because if you don't, you are going to be in a deep, dark place. But this is what makes it such a joy to watch Astralis on T side. Their spacing, when they go into their executes, their spacing is so good. You saw that. Fur had a chance, but then the two players are there to face him. Taco gets one, but then Glaive is there to trade it. Every time they're moving together, when they get that killer death ball moving together, they're so good at trading their kills because no one guy is too far out ahead of the other. It's always possible to get the refrag, and that's excellent T-side CS. That's what you want to see. 13-7 now. Astralis 3 rounds away from picking up the first map in this quarterfinal. SK Gaming on the ropes, but they did save the guns, and so it looks like we will have a bye.
Oh, this is going to be down to the wire, isn't it? The gap is widened to 6, and we're starting to hear the Astralis chants. They're coming back. They can feel it. They know their team is just a couple of rounds away here. 22 kills again in Device. That's outrageous. Him and Fur are having an actual battle right now in this game. Flash again to get the AWPA into position. So many of these plays just revolve around getting either Fallen or Device on the other team into a position where they could use these guns. Almost hitting the shot through, but not quite.
this is all going to come down to patience here from SK Gaming. They hardly have any nades to work with, and so they are trying to set traps like the one Fallen's got going. 2 players. Ooh. Wallbangs here from Device. Sadly, nobody's there waiting for him. But they need to hold on. Every nade right now for SK Gaming is worth its weight in gold. They have to hold on to them as long as possible, really stretch them out.
Look at where Fallen is, though.
Yeah, this is the kind of strat that they have to go for here. They're so limited right now at SK that they have to take risks.
Marcus, be careful.
Oh, this could pay out very well. Kirby wants to take the peek into main. If they realize that Fallen's in there, he can get wallbang down very quickly as well. So Sip is right on the other side for it. Running very low on time. Astralis have had a couple of pretty quick rounds. This time it looks like it's going to be closer to the end of the round, 40 seconds, and the bomb still in the middle.
Just now, starting to rotate over, and it looks like that's just going to be Glaive getting the boost for Kirby. Will we have the full rotate? Is it going to wind up towards the B side? They are starting to collapse that way. Here, Astralis clearing out the angles in mid. We get the smoke wall down as well. And all this time, Debris has been camping it out over in Sunroom. But this is going to be straight through vents. 2 players, soon to be 3 players here for SK Gaming, but a perfect flash annihilates Phelps. Nothing done there. Still 2 players alive.
Time.
They're coming for the smoke though. First,
Gotta get the bomb down, gotta get the bomb down, gotta get the bomb down, gotta get.
He's around the box trying to see if he can get the plant down. Taco with a headshot. Slide coming out, but Taco's a hero. Taking 3 kills.
Why did you wait so long?
That's incredibly close. But it works out in the end.
I want a replay of Taco's expression there at the end. Waving the hand in the air, just like, saying nothing, saying nothing. Do this all day. I can clutch all day. They have so much time to go and recover everything right now, so they save both AWPs. They're going to try and pick up as many nades as possible. But both of these teams, you can see the nerves starting to set in. And when that clock starts ticking down, you have to get a little bit tense here.
I mean, any one mistake from SK in that round and they lose it. If Cole doesn't get the kill, if Fur doesn't pick up his one, like, it all culminated with that one push in there. That's massive. And Taco's been struggling a bit in this game, but this is just very well done. And if he waits there, who knows, maybe they get the setup Astralis.
So sick. He's such a beast. That is a big play right there. High impact frags, keeping his team in this game. And so now they've decided to change it up. Cold Zero will be sporting the second IWP here for SK Gaming, and Fallen once again going aggro mid, but the angle here, Kirby, yep, right on the edge. He'll spot out Fallen's boots before Fallen spots him. Opening kill here for Astralis.
That's a very powerful way to get a round opened, and the money for SK Gaming. Even if they won that round, they only had 2 members alive, but it really wasn't a lot, so they're still in some trouble. Having lost Fallen, who again is trying to play aggressive, which it didn't work out this round, but I prefer Fallen to be that way. I want him to be the aggressive CT side over. That's what he does well. He might be one of the best players, in fact, in the world at that particular job. Don't know anyone who likes playing against him.
Well, we've got Overpass next, and that's when he can give that clinic, right?
Yeah.
This is how you play aggro mid with an AWP. Fallen, one of the very best at it. But that comes next, and you're pretty sure that SK want to be up 1-0 when they go into this next map. But Astralis right now, they've got everything here in their hands. They can break the SK economy and close it out right here in this round.
Well, looking to move aggressive, actually. The flashbang setup is perfect. Takes down Glaive. But now the gravitation from Astralis.
Hold him there, Zip. Hold him there, Zip. Hold him there, Zip. Hold him there, Zip. Make all the noise. Make all the noise. Make all the damn noise, Zip.
Right now, he might be dead, but maybe that was what he needed to be to just get the
Planet.
presence of mind,
Planet.
because this is going to catch SK completely off guard. And even better, Sip is still in middle trying to catch any rotations. This is a very, very good round for them. Phelps goes down. They've got everything locked down. It'd be a miracle if SK can retake this bomb site. 4 versus 3. Everything right on this. And there's a headshot from Dupree. They've got to back off.
And that stops it. Even some wallbang shots going through. You're not getting out of here in time.
He's just grabbing my boob casually,
Zip
like,
is such a
hey.
strong player to have in that position as well.
Don't.
SK Gaming is still around there. Still doesn't stop him from getting the kill. And so now, well, SK, they're just crossing their fingers and hoping that Astralis will have one shred of mercy and let them save. But
Marmar,
we
be
already have
careful.
Kirby kind of lurking around the corner here.
Marmar,
Cold Zero
be
with the AWP,
careful.
they should be able to hit the shot
Marmar.
every day of the week.
He's up on top, in fact,
Marcus.
but, yep. That was a good flick. Manages to take him down. It will still be 14-8 in favor of Astralis here on the map that, after all, SK did pick. So Not really the end of the world, but always a bit unnerving when you end up losing your own map.
They keep saving just the bare necessities here. And we'll see Taco go for the UMP. It's just so many rounds for Astralis on T side. This has really been their half. SK Gaming are just fighting with their backs to the ropes.
You can see Phelps falling, hardly anything to speak of here. coldzera, just the AWP, lacking the nades. And so Astralis, they know they've got them in a death grip. They just need to keep squeezing here and taking advantage of their nades.
Moving towards the A-bomb site. The setup over here with Fur and Taco, obviously a powerful setup. It looks like they want to go a bit aggressive in towards Squeak and close the door in the face of Sip, but now comes the rest of the Astralis team, and Fallen is there helping out on the other angle, gets another headshot, taking down Kievu. It might have been enough here. Taco to take down Siblings, looking a lot better for the Brazilian side in this round. Fur avoiding a bit of AK damage out of Glaive, who's now also alone. They need to keep everyone alive here. This is very important for SK Gaming. No more kills for Glaive. He's going to hit the headshot, and then he goes down, and Taco gets another triple. And they survive with 3 members. That's definitely a big thumbs up.
Never say die, Anders. That's what it's all about for SK Gaming, man. They never give up, and that's why both of these teams have won majors and are sitting at the top of the pack in CS. Doesn't matter what the score is, it's just one round at a time. And Astralis, they're right on the edge, but you can tell this hesitation here, just not able to find the kills. Well, Fallen, he's the one who makes all the difference. With the FAMAS from on high, 2 frags for him, and that pretty much shuts the round down for Astralis. Now Astralis are the ones who are going to be playing with that low eco. They're finally feeling the hurt just a little bit, but it's going to be a very quick mid-take from them.
That's an unbelievably aggressive push, and they're sort of expecting someone to be by the sandbags, making noise and trying to bait out anyone for a peek there. Fallen on the other side with the AWP. Is it going to be Device versus Fallen again? Quite a bit of the second half seems to have revolved around this particular battle, and while that's going on in middle for saying, yeah, but I want to have a bit of this map too. That's so aggressive. Astralis have got to be wondering now, oh, there was a chance.
Oh, the HE! Device barely takes 8 damage. Just a clench moment there. Grit your teeth and hope that you're not going to take it too much there. But Taco, he gets the key info that at least they know where Device is, or they've spotted one player out. So they have that to work with here. Mid control now for Astralis. Slowly but surely creating options for themselves. It's so important on the T side to have control of mid. It allows you to get the split, the flanks open onto either bomb site. So now it comes down to Glaive. Which one is he feeling right now?
Dupree's been waiting outside of B, so he's heard that there's not really been much movement around here. Could lead him to believe that there's only one player on the bomb side, which would be a mistake. Phelps has already got a grenade in hand. He's ready for the big flashbang to close this push in. Just look at him here. Hyper focus, just ready for it. And coldzera with the AWP in the back. This is actually a pretty good defense setup from the Brazilian side. There's the first kill, taking down Glaive. SK are fighting back. The grenade only flashes once, and Kievu gets a refrag instantly. Sip with a kill on Phelps, and now Cold in the corner. So much trouble. They're trying to see if they can hunt him down. Oh my God! coldzera! Are you kidding me? Takes both in one shot, and the next one from Taco, dropping the pre.
I thought they had
Kievu now with a
Cold, I hate you!
1-on-3. That kind of a defense you don't see every day, ladies and gentlemen, and the time is going to run out.
I hate you, Paul! I don't hate you! You're one of my favorites on SK, but I hate you!
All hail coldzera. How do you survive that?
That definitely deserves a chant from the SK fans. And clearly you don't. If you're Astralis, the collateral, there are players where it's just magical to watch them. In the heat of the moment, they just come up with the big play. Look at this. They line up perfectly. It's almost like you intended it. Obviously, but I mean, that couldn't have worked out better. It wasn't 4 this time, Anders, but those 2 made the big difference there. Just saves the round for SK Gaming at the very end. And while no bomb plant means that Astralis, they're going to be on a round of eco here, and SK Gaming have a chance to get just a little
really
bit
hard,
closer.
and now my wrist hurt. Oh.
Unbelievable. Now you have to wonder, is that enough to get the rest of SK Gaming fired up? Is that the round that turned the tide here? 14
I'm sorry,
to
Bobby,
10.
am I
It's still
scaring
a good
you?
lead for Astralis, but their economy suffering on the device with the 1 saved AWP to take down Fur. Now, SK really got to focus on this round. Don't give anything away. That grenade, did it knock the rifle back?
Made a little bit of noise there as well. And Device not going to be actually giving anything here for Taco. He will run away, and so Taco's going to hear this sort of thing. All of this audio information is playing into it. And in the meantime, they rotated an extra man over towards the A site. to help bolster that defense with Fallen waiting in mid. Fallen with the AWP, he's about to get his chance. And Glaive going for the Diggle Peaks, and sure enough, Fallen has the chance, but he misses the shot.
Well, they're getting very close, but a great play here from SK Gaming.
Okay.
Just to set up with Phelps, making sure that nobody could run Fallen down. You want to see more out of that Cold Zero.
It smells like something's burning and I don't know what.
It's only 30 seconds here for
I think it's my
Astralis, so
dog.
even if they've been good at getting
Yeah,
the
it's my
opening
dog.
battles, I feel like right now SK are pretty much in control of this round. Kirby trying to move closer with the Deagle. They are dropping just a bit too low for comfort. Fallen also taking damage. Glaive will get the kill on Cold Zero, and well, there's a bit of a return from Phelps, but there's a headshot from Kirby, and Fallen is so low. There's only 10 seconds left. He's going to make the crawl. Almost getting it, but now it's a 2-on-2. And Glaive covering the vents. Is he going to be quick enough to get this reaction shot? Tech9 instead, and they're trying to see if they can double up on it. He's got all the bullets in the world here, hearing the noise and hiding. Glaive, look at the focus. Look at his face right now. He's counting the seconds. He knows they have to move. When is going to be the time? There's not going to be any help from Kirby. He's just inside the bomb side holding. Bomb is ticking, and SK Gaming trying to edge their way on. There's the shot from Fallen, but Glaive comes back, and Fallen's on 19 health for this 1v1. Glaive overextending, and Fallen gets the round. So close, but it will be the round for SK Gaming. Just one step too far to the side, and we're looking at 14-11.
I'm stunned. Just because how does Fallen? He has one shot and he hits that Glaive. We gotta check his desk. There might be a hole in it. Might have just put his fist through it after coming that close to winning. And Kirby with the dig.
I mean, there's definitely a world in which Kirby also just team kills team kills Glaive there. I can't believe it.
The thing is, I thought that Kirby was watching checkered, left side, not right side. Glaive has got right side. And so perhaps some miscommunication there from Astralis as far as who is watching which angle, because they shouldn't be able to get out for free behind Glaive that way. But still,
Oh my God.
it happened, and Fallen, is he thinking about it? For a moment there's right on the edge, and he gets a leg shot on Zipnix, but it's going to be an explosive play here from Astralis. Straight through the smoke, although the anti-flashes are costing him.
How does he stay alive for that long? I just don't even know.
Oh my God, first season. Yes.
He's in position to just explode here. He's got the UMP, but he gets shot down. There's a team kill in the middle of all of that nonsense, and suddenly it's a 2-on-2.
Oh my God, Dupree.
SK coming in with a flank as well. This could be a really decisive round here. Astralis can't have that much money left, and SK Gaming, they need to hold on to this map. The bomb is not down yet, so SK need to take a deep breath.
Peter.
And misses it. Cold misses it. The shot. And now it's on Phelps, and it seems like Dupree's got a pretty good idea where he's coming from, obviously, with the nades going through. It's not going to help, and Phelps, a little bit of spray damage, but Glaive is still alive. He gets the headshot, and look!
No! Why? You guys have to hold it! It's not that difficult! You don't have to keep him! He's the one that's doing his skills, but damn
to pull it off. Glaive is going to be beside himself. Back-to-back rounds. He's the key player.
You can see the head shake, and they can absolutely sense the atmosphere here at the Torrent Arena. SK are creeping back in this game. 14-12 is now the scoreline. They're getting ever closer to a win here, and Dupree, oh, he wants to close out this game right now. He wants this to be over already, but it's not. SK with the AWP on Fallen. Now they have a bit more utility, a couple of more grenades here, and the Danish team still able to buy that bomb plant. Saves them every single time. If not for the bomb plant, they have to eco.
Yeah, exactly right. No bomb plant, no monies. But they will have just a little bit. Glaive is going to cut it. Well, no, he's got the Kevlar. He should have the Kevlar at least. It's a question of whether he's going to get the nades or not. He took the hit economically, dropping for his mates. Deep breath, Anders. Deep breath. Again, this is as good as it gets. Perfect.
Look at that beginning from Astralis. It looked like they would slam the door right on SK's fingers and just say, that's it, move on to map number 2. There's a reason why SK are double major winners. Very interesting. 27th round. And let's see how this one unfolds. All of these rounds, it seems like no matter what the actual man situation is, there's always a chance for a comeback. There's always an opening. And this is what we love. 2 men on the bomb side. Hiding quite far back in checker is always dangerous. You can really get punished back here, Phelps, if they have just one Molotov, then can spiral out of control.
It's a question of where Zip is on the map. He's the one sporting it, but usual habitat, his usual territory. He's over here on the A side towards Squeak, waiting for SK Gaming to make the first move, but that is just not gonna happen. Both of these teams are playing it so safe. Nobody wants to make the mistake here that's gonna cost their team a round. This first map.
They could have fucking won it with those 2 damn rounds.
This is the first map in this best of 3.
Hiding so far back on the bomb side. I'm not a big fan of this, although they do have Fur very close by with a Molotov, so if he can get in quick enough and Molotov out the bomb side, maybe the defense will hold, but generally speaking, if you're this far back, you don't have a lot of time to react, and the device in the middle taking down Fall, and again winning that battle, and actually look at how the plan changes. The bomb is in checker.
Exactly, that's the thing. Miscommunication from Astralis. They had no idea that Dupree actually had the bomb in checker to look like. They just instantly started running towards A, so it's going to turn into a fake, it looks like. Device going to try and make some noise over here. Bait. Well, the rotation.
It's working.
Except the Taco is boosted up. Do they need to do anything? He's going to be able to look over any smokes. He's going to be able to say, well, actually, nobody's here, boys.
It's the fake of the century right now. Taco goes down. Grenade out, but that's not the big problem. Phelps is out of the B bomb side, and the Peter right in front of the smoke. He doesn't wait for it. Phelps still goes down. Oh, that could have cost him the round. 10 seconds. And now for being a 1 versus 4 here.
I probably totally left camera there.
He has got the kit, but they have to gift this one to him, and he knows it already. He has to back off. What a call. Headshot from Fur, but it's not enough. He has to try and save his rifle. He's going to get one more, but the decision has already been made, and SK have no money. They only have this rifle the next round. This is a
don't even play. Lucas!
Well. Yep. Oh boy.
You don't have money to be doing this.
Too expensive for Astralis. They don't have a whole lot of money in the bank here, Anders. You do not want to be throwing away all of these guns. Their lives just got a little bit more difficult here when it comes down to closing this map at match point. Or as far he gets the AK, it is perfect as far as he's concerned. He can drop a rifle for a teammate or 2 UMPs. 2 UMPs wouldn't be bad. And we'll see. They finally succeed. They had so much room to work with Astralis that they just have to grind one round after another, 15 to 12, and now they've finally done it. But it looks like we will have the timeout, the tactical getting called here, and it's the perfect time for SK. You got to do it. Take a minute to breathe.
And just imagine, I mean, this is absolute madness. Like, what are we witnessing here, ladies and gentlemen? This is almost too much to handle. At this point, Astralis know they're just a couple of seconds away. They're the ones who've taken the tactical timeout here. They want everybody to cool down. Want to see how this unfolds here. I think they should have hunted for that AK anyway. They must know that SK have no money. Even if they lose everybody, if they can just get the AK away, it's worth it. But that doesn't work. And now, especially on Fur, who has the armor and everything else, I mean, let's not forget, Fur has 27 kills right now. So he might be the one player you don't want escaping with that kind of firepower. Exactly,
that makes all the difference on CT side, that one-shot headshot capability. But Fallen's on a USP?
They don't have anything. they had no money at all. So you're right, the WMP being dropped, C-set 75 on USP, probably just to get the extra grenades in there. It's map point for Astralis here as the game has resumed. First map in the quarterfinals between Astralis and SK Gaming. Oh, what a tense match it has been already. And once again, Astralis off to a very slow start. You see Dupree lingering outside of B really far back. He does not want to get caught at all. Wants to make sure that if they try and flash their way in, he's going to be miles away.
Oh man, the tension. This is what you live for. AK, WMP, and let's go, a dream. But both teams right now, again, slow and steady. They're going to be looking for that shot on the man on short. The double boost as well for Astralis, an explosive strategy. They have the Molotov as well, going to go straight into vents, and so they don't have to worry about that angle. Do they have one for sandbags? It doesn't look like they have any. Oh, Device has one, so we'll see if he decides to put it back there. But right now, he is hoping that Fallen oversteps. Doesn't matter. Dupree finds Phelps getting aggressive at B. Halls. SK goes for it, and it ends up costing them. This could wind up here for Astralis, but there's so little time left. 30 seconds left in the round, and Astralis, they need to get going.
They're getting the bomb towards the A-bomb side, and it's pretty much too late to change their mind anyway, so they sort of have to go for it. And I think they should have pushed B anyway. That was not a bad idea for SK Gaming. It's so little utility. They need to figure something out. Dupree goes down to Cold Zero now. Is anyone going to move out of the A-bomb side? No, they're still here waiting. Spray through, actually catches Fur. A lot of damage onto him. And now he's hiding in the corner, going to get taken down. Falling close with the USP. Gets the kill, picks up the AWP. And now with 6 seconds, the bomb is going to go down. Yes, but Fallen, this is where he should come alive. He's got the angle for it. They have to go and fight him eventually. No, they just smoke him off. And
perfect.
Cold Zera's coming in as well.
No, Marcus!
Two more kills, and the first map is theirs, but Fallen says no. There's the one. Now can he get another two? C-set 70 out for Cold Zero, looking for the kill.
Hold him off,
He takes
hold him
down
off,
Zip
Lucas.
and in the
Yes,
corner.
Lucas!
Sprays one and coming in, and there's the second. Astralis gonna pick up the first map of the quarterfinals against SK Gaming. That took a lot longer than they would have wanted to.
Me,
And the
Marcus!
fight is not even close to over yet, but what a relief. And Glaive as well, who had failed a couple of close clutches.
Yes.
Only fitting that it's him that's allowed to bring them all the way home.
When Fallen picks up that AWP, he only had the USP, and just like, it was all part of the plan. He is going to run in the device, get the off, and clutch it, because that's what Fallen does. But no, this time it is Glaive. Third time's the charm, Anders. Makes it work, and gets his team that first map in this quarterfinal. Two of the top 3 teams facing in the quarterfinals. And of course, you're only going to be able to expect amazing CS like this. Nothing but clutches. They're so close.
Unbelievable. You could have seen Fallen and Cold Zero take that 2v3 almost any day of the week. They're so lethal, and Astralis been struggling to close out the rounds. This time, they make it work. 16-12 for the first map. Second map, obviously, going to be on Overpass, and there's going to be probably equal, if not even more action going on that map. I can't wait for it.
Oh, my hands are shaking. I can only imagine what the players are going through right now with all the adrenaline.
Yeah.
It's just too tense.
Everything is on the line right here. Only the second quarterfinals. I don't know if it's obvious enough. It's just sweat is dripping from me as well. It's so intense right now.
What a joy, though, man. This is what you live for.
Yeah.
These kinds of matches. I mean, it's happening in the quarters. You would want it in the semis or the finals, but still, you can't complain. We are getting the match that we were hoping for here. It's an out-and-out brawl.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second map coming up here between Astralis and SK Gaming. It's the quarterfinals here, the PGL Major. Are you guys excited?
No, they're not. Ah, there we go, yeah. They are. We have the Astralis cheering section here, the SK boys over there. They've even made banners. So yes, Anders, they are excited. This is one hell of a match, one of the very best that we could possibly have here at the Major. And it's a quarterfinal between 2 top 3 teams in the world. Let's go. We've already had one hell of a first map to start things off. Astralis, they won on cash. They're 1 map in the lead. They only need the 1 more here to go into the semifinals and defend their title. They are the
We're behind.
Major
Sorry.
champions.
I was going pee
They're
and we're not in
wasting
focus
any
either.
time in this pistol here. Already rushing out, taking a troll along, and Fur, he might have heard. Now he definitely
Didn't
will
expect
have heard
this.
it. There's a lot of
Wasn't
footsteps
ready.
coming his way. He's just going to fall back, try and not expose himself too much to the incoming Astralis rush. And what on earth is going on? Kirby with a ridiculous jumping headshot to take him down.
Oh, this couldn't get any better either because they're going to spot out Cold. Well, Cold is able to back out just in the nick of time. Now it comes down to the call here from SK. What do they go for? And it's going to be self-pushing, and there you go. Clean as it could get. Possibly 1 shot, 1 headshot. And he's looking for the fallback as well. Glaive barely survives, but that Fallen is there to pick up the slack.
Great fight from SK here. They're a map down, but they are still alive and fighting, and Device will at least take a kill on Fallen. Molotov not going to go
Check
to
Cold's
Cold
back.
Zero's
Check
position,
catch.
and they don't check it. Instant headshot from Cold. The bomb is dropped as well. And this is great right now for SK Gaming. Bit of fire damage there, gotta be careful. Device trying to see if he can sneak closer. He's the only one with any health here on the Astralis team, so if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna be down to him, and they're slowly running out of time as well. SK are everywhere. Taco with a headshot, and Glaive 15 health, and he goes down to Phelps. Great start for SK Gaming.
And what a round from Phelps to save it in the end. His first headshot, it almost galvanizes Astralis into just rushing onto the site, to giving into the pressure, and they walk right into a purely ready SK defense on that A site. Couldn't have gone more smoothly as a recovery there for SK. And Astralis, well, a lot of mid-round snap decisions being made, and it just doesn't pan out their way.
Jesus, man.
Jumping around the corner, no worries. This is where you start to see those mistakes, though, in these chaotic situations. Zipnik's running up without checking angles.
ends up costing them. So Astralis, well, I mean, it's kind of what we expect to see now between both of these teams. Straight chaos, Anders. The first map was nothing but.
But SK now with a very good shot of winning this round. This isn't quite like on Cash where you can get into those close positions and just sort of, you know, throw grenades and try and run over the CT defense. They're going to have a lot more warning, and they have a lot more chances to fall back and play it safe, although Taco has already been wallbanged down to very low there, really half health. That's a bit uncommon. The Eagles just doing damage from sewer, in fact.
Right through the angle, it is possible to get that wallbang.
Oh, what?
Ah, there it is!
Woo! Peter!
Wallbang headshot, dead on. Cold forgetting himself for an instant. That ends up costing him. And we'll see, I mean, beginning of Cash, it was like this, Anders. 4 spines back and forth, neither team willing to bend. And dupreeh just gave his team the chance here to come back in the second round in this first half.
I mean, what is going on? Jumping Glock shots, wallbangs with the Deagles. Astralis have certainly been praying to the right gods here. But dupreeh will pick up Phelps as well. Now it's 5 versus 3 with 30 seconds left, and things are on an edge right now for the Brazilian side. A lot is going to ride on Fur, as it did in the first map here. He's the only one close with the MP9, and he has to come up with at least a couple of kills. They're going to fall back with the bomb, and down in Monster, only Taco holding his wallbang down low from earlier, and dupreeh almost takes him down in 15 seconds here. And they are going to have the bomb side and the bomb plan here. SK in so much trouble.
A lot of this rides on Fur exactly. He needs to find the point blank shot, and sure enough he does! Assassinates Kierbe right around the corner, 3-on-3, and Fallen the only one with any health to speak of, and Device, he knows that there's a lurker behind him, and this is buying so much time. So long as Device stays alive, Fallen, he's got to walk this whole way through. He makes a little bit of noise, makes out the response against the spray, but this is taking Taco in the meantime. Doesn't matter. This is just back and forth,
Hold it, Peter.
through and through.
Get it, Peter.
Oh, they've got dupreeh sandwiched in. This is actually perfect for SK Gaming. The Deagle won't save him. It's Fallen and Fur to retake it. They have enough time for the defuse as well. And SK barely gonna live through the round. Oh my god, that's way too tense. Too early for this kind of action, Semler. We're just coming off the high of the first map now. We're right back into the action here. And SK obviously gonna be very worried about that kind of a beginning.
Just how close it is. I mean, you can't count on dupreeh getting wallbang shots every day of the week, fair enough. You get the one there, but this is sick from dupreeh. That's what really starts the ball rolling for Astralis. Just the fact that they aren't able to win that round, that's going to be frustrating, and yep, sure enough, SK, they know it. And Fallen, not wasting any time, going for the AWP, hopping aggressively. Fur in position to punish dupreeh, who tries to go for the trade. That's not going to happen, and already it's just an out-and-out fight. Zip is long range, wins a fight with the P250.
It's good that he does a bit of damage, but to really hurt the SK economy, they sort of need one more kill in this round. Otherwise, SK aren't going to be too worried. Almost catching Fallen, that would have been good news. Actually, he gets the headshot from Cold Zero. Going to get the refrag, and he should be able to pick up the AWP no problem here. So at least they didn't lose too much here. But a pretty good job from Astralis in the first couple of rounds here. They're not going to be too sad about that.
I was about to say, that would be the perfect scenario right there for Glaive. Gets the kill on Fallen, throws the gun over the side of the wall. Hey, SK, you went for the AWP that early on. The punish would have been sick. And instead, it's going to be the 3-0 lead here for SK Gaming. Things are going according to plan for the Brazilians, but Astralis now go for the buy. Full AKs, nearly full nades, only dupreeh who's light on the flashes. And this is the big round. Can SK Gaming hang on? And again, they were thinking about it, but it's going to be a change of position, actually. Fur playing aggro long instead of the mid presence coming in from Fallen.
And that cheeky boost going on down in the B-bomb side, they're going to cancel it after a while, because if you stick around too long, you end up getting shut down from connector. So you don't want to hang out there forever. Looks like they're going to go double peek, or at least take a peek into Monster Tunnel, where they're not going to see very much so far. Colt's in a slightly risky position if the B-push comes here, because he can get flashed and just get run over immediately, but right now, the bomb is far back on the map, and actually Astralis are just taking a long time trying to figure out if SK are going for anything crazy.
Debbie Dev, be careful.
The main thing here is that they have no idea the Fur. Yep, sure. What a shot! Okay, Device.
It's the other way around. Almost just died
He's
there
dead
for
to
a second.
rights, but sure enough, he hits the headshot so quick, Fur. He's still wondering what hit him. Man advantage now for Astralis, and plenty of time here to develop their strategy.
Definitely look like he had the advantage, and now Cold That position we were just talking about, a bit scary. He will make his way back after having almost gone down to that first round of sprays, and now Taco gets shot in the face by the three. Cold is out in the open, but still picking up a kill and looking for a bit more. They're going to use their grenades. That's smart. Don't face him. Don't let him get it. In fact, he wants to walk through the smoke. Absolute madness here, and he's getting shut down. The backup isn't even really there for him. They're miles away, so Cold is just in a lot of trouble.
This smells like a save from SK. Unless Cold delivers on something very big right now, yeah, he's going to be backing off to save his gun. And SK Gaming, 3v4 retake, they don't want to have anything to do with it. And really, I don't think that they want to risk the double AWP. This is such an expensive strategy for SK Gaming to be going for. If they can save both ops, it's fine. They can rinse and repeat in the next round.
I sort of a good job from Cold to actually get out of that corner. I would have thought that they would have maybe found a way to shut him down, but he is long gone as the bomb explodes, and Astralis put the first round on the board.
We just need to check device for whiplash. If we see it in the replay, he whipped around so damn quick.
Definitely a good kill coming out of him. It looked like Fur was the one taking the initiative, and generally speaking, you want to be that. You don't want to be the guy sitting still, having someone else sort of launch an attack on you. You want to be the one in control of the fight, and Fur was, but he still went down, so that's kind of crazy. 3-1. We're going to be moving into the 5th round here. Bit of an early run boost coming out. Improvised.
Why not? But I do like to see the aggression here from Fallen. Birthday, this is what he's known for. Signature sort of Fallen strategies. The flash is through to force him back, and he decides to... It's a bit too hot to handle, although he does go for the repeat, taking a risk, and he nearly cops it. 74 HP left on Fallen, and he misses his shot as well. But at least there's just a little bit of pressure here on Astralis, knowing that they can't just walk in and mid for free.
And there's a double stack on the stairwell and connector. I mean, there's pretty much no defense at all on the B-bomb side. Only Taco there with the UMP. Everything else is on the other side, and Fallen going to win the first fight, taking down Dupree. That's looking just a lot better here for the Brazilian side. And in their minds, shutting down Astralis early on, establishing the CT economy, those are all bullets and points there on the whole plan.
You mean you tell me they have a checklist?
Yes.
Now check, get headshots, check.
One step at a time.
Economy, check. Now we have to see if they can get the round. That's the last one. The important one. Well, Cold,
Jared, you're not hitting my
a little bit more aggression from him, holding in mid. The flash is going to force him back, though, so he needs to make it up to his mind. Does he want to hang around here or not? And it looks like the answer is yes. Taco on short might be in for a bit of a rough time, however, but he does just barely make it out. And the time is a ticking here, and there's 35 seconds left, and Phelps holding close, drops the bomb at his feet. Life just got a whole lot more complicated for Astralis.
Yeah, the time is really what's the problem here, but Taco still goes down, and now Sip is on the bomb site, and he's just clearing it all out, doing the work here for the bomb to make its crossover. Is Fallen going to be able to hit the shot? Sip trying to see if he can do this. The bomb is coming down. Monster instead. There's only 15 seconds here, Astralis, and they're going to be shut down. Cold, Zero, and Fur with a couple of kills each. And Device, he may have the bomb, but more than a bomb plant here is nearly impossible. The smoke is going to fade right in front of him. He still gets the kill on one, and Fallen's on the other side. Device, how's he not dead yet? There's the shot. Who the Cold is dead to save the round again for SK Gaming.
Close.
Oh my god. That is way too close.
That wallbang headshot was so sick. Device, what is that? Okay. Cutting it as close as you possibly can here. And Fallen, man, when he hits that shot on Phelps, but I was about to say on Fur, rather. Fur, the discipline not to go for the peak when there was so little time, just sits up there. They did everything right, but sometimes you just can't account for shots like these. Device, this is unreal. Through the shadow, from the shadow, he hits the wallbang. And there we go. Cold, I mean, obviously this is just another day, another day at the office for Cold. Yeah, clutches all day long, no worries.
Astralis not looking too displeased though, so there's still some high fives going around saying, yeah, all right, it was close. We probably should have lost that round a couple of kills ago anyway. 4-1, they do a lot of damage to SK's economy, but they're owned by here. Not too overwhelming either. When you only have 3 smokes on a Molotov, there's a hard limit on how much you can do, like the long fakes where you try to throw some into one bomb site and run to the other. Those things become very difficult to do when you don't have more utility than this. And SK are pretty defensive in this round, so how do Astralis get an opening?
Change of pace from SK. They don't want to become too predictable with their aggression. And so this time around it's going to be Fur holding close to restrooms. He does have Fallen backing him up with that AWP, but that's over on long. And in the meantime, Device on the hunt. No targets just yet, although as I say that, Fallen picks it
through the wall, edge of it, Fallen survives, 20 HP, and that can make all the difference.
Yes, indeed, that's plenty of help for him, assuming that no one can find a grenade on him, and close up to against the wall. Fur is there with the UMP, must have heard some steps falling back now. Is he going to counter it, or is he going to go and check? That's the big problem for him right now. He's not quite sure if they're faking it or if they really have fallen back from the angle. Under 30 seconds here. This is, again, slight madness coming out of Astralis now. There's still a guy lurking outside of B, and that's it, but looks like they're going to commit to this spawn site. Molotov there locking him in. 18 seconds.
So now it's on Zipmix. Yes, exactly. Draw the attention over towards the B side. In the meantime, that prompts Fur to get going down in a hail of bullets. Device to find the pick on Phelps to fall with the wall bang, making it look easy. 5 seconds left, and they're just barely getting the bomb plant in time. And Cold stopping the rotate, but it doesn't matter. Zipmix is there. Taco 1v3.
Oh my god.
1v2. And Astralis need to be careful, but he doesn't have a smoke to make life easier here. And
Thank
yes,
God.
Device holding the angle, not going to let him even tap the bomb. And you see the nod there from Device. Yep, things starting to go according to plan.
Well, somewhere out there watching from Gambit is Soust, smiling and saying, yeah, that's it. Wait until there's only 9 seconds left to try and get the bomb plant down. That's the plan.
How clever is Fur, though, with that incendiary? The perfect timing as they're setting it up. I think they just got the smoke off as that incendiary goes down. Otherwise, Astralis might not pan out for him that way. But here we go. Tactical timeout getting called by SK Gaming. A little bit of time to just discuss.
And here the persistence for Astralis really pays off, right? Because you see SK with 4 rounds on the board, and that's great, but this 1 round for Astralis making it 2-4 means the Brazilians have to eco right away. That's the damage that they did earlier. Those silly wall bangs with the Priest Eagle and all the rest of it, they really make a difference later on in the game. And SK, unfortunately for them, the difference is right now. Fallen is top fragging with 7 kills, and Cold Zero is not far behind with 6, and there's also 6 on Device. It's pretty early days right now, so don't want to read too much into it, but certainly great news for SK if Fallen and Cold Zero are going to be 2 of the main engines here.
Oh, Fallen, I mean, for a long time when Phelps was still getting integrated into the roster, you could see his game really suffer on overpass. We weren't seeing as much aggression out of him because he had to give that space to Fur and Phelps. But now that they finally figured out how to get Phelps to work well with the unit, we're starting to see that old Fallen come back into it, where he's just playing aggro mid and hunting frags and coming through in the clutch. Up close, not going to be able to pick up the second, but Kirby, again, that spacing from Astralis, there to trade instantly.
Oh, Kirby had no idea, and there's no reason he should go back. That's a huge mistake from Kirby. He could have just fallen into the bomb side and tried to play with the rest of his team. Now they've got the AK he picked up, actually 2 AKs picked up right now for SK Gaming. They might steal this round right back. Molotov to try and force them out. Glaive doing a tiny bit of damage here, and Fur looking at the edge where the smoke goes for the spray, but somehow Glaive wins the fight with the UMP. They've got the time here, Astralis. They can just wait and try and take the duels. That there's going to be another one going their way. Fallen now in a 1-on-2. The captain going down at the end. Sit with a double. It looked to me like that move back from Kirby was maybe going to cost them the round.
Going for the over-challenge when you know that your opponents are ecoing, right? You want to get in there and get those kills. But we got Astralis. The chant is starting up now. The fans starting to believe. 3 rounds for Astralis and another round of eco here for SK Gaming. Fallen has prioritized his AWP though, and so the next round should be looking pretty good here for the Brazilians. Now it's about Astralis actually getting a lockdown in this anti-eco. The last one, that's a bit too hairy. 2 guys surviving, that's not good enough. Here, you need a minimum of 4 if you're Astralis. So keep it close and work together as a unit. Don't really branch off too much, otherwise you're gonna get caught.
The only sort of real Lone Ranger here that's obviously Sip outside of the B-bomb side, and that's pretty much every round, and it's a very common strategy.
Yes.
SK are going to have probably something similar going on. You don't need much more than that. But we saw in the previous round, well, the one before that, how Sip could sort of open up right before the A hit, and it causes just a lot of confusion on the CT side. Fur trying to hide behind that cabinet, and actually successful so far. He's got the USB, trying to be a bit sneaky, missing some shots. They still don't know he's there. What ninja play is this? Fur getting at least 1. It could have been more. Oh my lord,
Like, how do you not?
what's going on?
Well, I mean,
I'm honestly amazed he doesn't go for the knife there. Device with the
so I
fadeaway on
understand
Fallen.
why they didn't look.
But Fur, he could have made $1,500 easy.
I mean, it's in the confusion, the fact that the weapon is silenced, they don't know where they're getting shot from. A nice shot from Cold Zero, makes it a 2-on-3, drive-by shot.
Glaive,
Lucas!
Lucas!
Against Glaive. There's only 30 seconds. If he gets the bomb, killing the bomb carrier here, and Kyrie's low already, this could get way out of control. Now they're finally starting to bring the bomb back, but
He's gonna
focus
follow
on
him.
Cold Zero. We saw on map 1, don't give this man anything to work with. He'll take the whole team and maybe more than that. Taco looking close to the bomb plant. Sony wants to get the deny, and there it is with 10 seconds. He's gonna get one down, but Cold is still just only now coming into position. Bomb is being planted. Cold trying to see if he can make his way through the smoke. He gets one kill. Zip out of the open. Oh my god, it's so close!
Zip,
Zip
I
again to
fucking
save
love
the
you.
round, but I mean, you want to believe that could have happened.
Absolutely. Split second longer there. And Cold's got that shot. You saw where the scope was pointing, Anders. He was dead on. He needs a split second more, and Cold clutches it. He's too good. He's just too damn good. Look at this shot. Zip realizing just in the nick of time. And yeah, you can see it, Cold. It's just that close sometimes. Talk about well played from Taco as well. Just getting that bomb deny, really ramping up the pressure on Astralis. 4-4, and it's a tactical timeout called by Astralis now. And that's understandable from Glaive. These past two anti-ecos have been a bit too dicey. A little bit too close. 2 guys surviving, 1 guy surviving. That's no good. You need to be getting these lockdowns when your opponents have got pistols. You can't have it going down to a clutch, because now you're going to go up against an SK who have got the rifles to make your life a living hell.
Yeah, you don't want the sort of the overflow of emotions to carry on into the next round, because that's going to be a really important one for Astralis. It's a chance to shut SK's economy completely down and run away with a really large part of this first half here. So they got to make sure that everyone is completely focused here. Just like on the first map on Cash, it could again come down to that battle between Device and Fallen, and there it is, Device straight winning it from those T-stairs. Can't get better than that.
Ready and waiting. It's a tough thing if you're Fallen and you're constantly playing aggressive in one position on the map. You may try and change the angle, but you can get caught. And that's exactly what we saw. And Astralis now really pushing aggressively towards this A side. Cold Zero will find Zip Mix. That was the lurk over towards B, but that's not going to be the point of contact here. Instead, it's Dupree slowly clearing out the angles here on A, but first still alive on long to remain a thorn in their side.
And they forced him very far back. It almost looked like they could have maybe had a bomb plan there, but they weren't willing to risk it, and they don't obviously know what we know either, so trying to make their way back with the bomb towards Connector instead, and now it's all over the place. Hard to say exactly who has the lead, but I like the fact that they've left Dupree behind up here at the A-bomb side. That could be enough to keep one defender on B, and that's Taco.
Exactly. Oh. Main concern here is they're pretty much out of nades. Oh, the timing! What an unbelievable turn of luck for Phelps. Dupree was expecting a flash.
Yes.
And that's exactly what it was. And there it is, the opening, the man advantage for SK. The single flash going off from SK Gaming. Now they're out of grenades. It's all going to come down to the dirty business of hitting headshots. And well, Astralis, they're pressed for time once again. 25 seconds left, and the push begins on B. Cold has got the headshot angle, and we'll see if he will be able to connect. Yes, he will! First the one, but he's not going to be able to follow it.
Had the M4 instead of the AK, 16 seconds. Taco trying to deny it, but unsuccessful, and now somehow it's a 2 versus 2 SK Gaming. They can't afford to lose this round. They've got to go for the retake here, otherwise it's going to be a disaster. Phelps going in with a headshot straight, taking down Kiev, and that leaves Glaive in another clutch 1 versus 2. And SK want this round, but Glaive, he's going to pick up one more kill. The defuse, 10 seconds without the kit. And Glaive is making his way the long trek around, and now for a nose. Oh no, I'm out in the open. I don't have anything, no smoke or anything like that. Glaive trying to fall back. He actually just glides off the wall, and Fur has to run. Astralis going to be able to pick up the round. There's no chance at all there.
Yes, Lucas!
Glaive missing some crucial clutches in the first map to close it out, but now looking a little bit better.
He made up for it at the end of the first map, right? But I mean, at some point, the clutches are going to start shifting back SK Gaming's way. In these 1v1s, you can't win them all, Anders, and so it's going to come down to when does it actually happen for SK that they get the guy on Astralis looking the wrong way, and that there is an opportunity, whether it happens too late in the half. But yeah, this is the duel between Device and Fallen, and Device, the perfect angle.
Oh wow.
So quick.
Something worth noting about that duel is it's also to some extent dependent on your spawn position, right? So
yeah.
Fallen, let's say Device spawns a bit further back or Fallen a bit further up, maybe it goes the other way around. Boost is in the bomb site, the spray is through, they saw that coming, and still were not able to react in time. Dupree giving up an opportunity there. Phelps trying to hunt down Kievu, and he's got some backup in Glaive. That's great news, all got to be very careful there for don't ever cross that wall again.
Oh. Okay then. Taco just getting in there with the tag. Glaive looked like he had the angle, but Taco able to get out scot-free, and now he's got the M4 to play with as well. If you're Astralis at this point, though, you need to just take your time. And breathe. You've seen a CZ, you've seen a D, you've seen an M4, so you have to realize that this is just a half by coming in from SK. In the meantime, you got all the nades, you got everything. So take your time and look for the shots. One miss there by Device.
They don't want to wait much longer. Just past the minute mark. Taco, great defense, but he's getting shot at the back, and there was no one there to cover short from him. They've got two players there, and Taco's actually covering all the angles. That's a bit of a mistake there. Cold, can he bring it back? He's not got many bullets left, and his feet are on fire. The bomb is being planted right in front of him. He's going to be going down, and Cold finally has to reload here. 2 versus 3. Gets shot down from Device, picking up a second kill, and
I love that. That shot the Marcus just hit. Hell yeah!
And Astralis now with another round, 6-4 here. And the economy for SK Gaming, I mean, they just barely have it. They're going to buy anyway, but this is not looking good.
No, because they're so limited that once again, they're not going for a kit. They're light on the nades when it comes to Cold and Fall in both. But again, the kit might come back to haunt them. We saw what happened in the 1v1 clutch with Glaive. Having that 5 seconds to spare can make a world of difference for you. And so now we get into the thick of things once again. Astralis full bot. Device saved his AWP. And once again, just hanging around, looking to see if they're going to go aggressive. And while Device and Kirby seem like they have a pretty good idea as far as the long take here, eventually that might be the plan for Device.
They've invested so much into this round, SK Gaming. If it doesn't work out, then the whole first half is almost a wash. And did he see it? Device, he did. Oh my god. Fallen right now getting out sniped a bit. No problem for Fur in taking that kill, but then the wall bangs come through, and he's not sure if he can escape. He does have some backup in Phelps, and that might be very important. Fur almost getting wall banged down through the smoke. Phelps has to be there to fight it back into Dupree. Somehow that doesn't kill him. The Molotov, is it gonna spread? Not in time. He's invulnerable, it seems. Well,
Never mind.
forget I said that.
This battle, man, this battle. I think Device needs to reach across and slap Kirby on the back of the head. Sometimes you gotta go for plays. But walking through smoke at the very beginning of the round, Kirby, threw everything out of whack here for Astralis.
That's actually quite remarkable, because Fur is locked in between the players that are pushing Playground and Device over at Long. So the fact that he makes it out alive is really well done. Phelps, though, walks into Glaive and long range with the AK-47. There's only 25 seconds, though. This could very well be SK's round. Just 3 versus 3, but only 20 seconds. The bomb is here. They've stretched it close a couple of times, Astralis. I think this is too close.
They saw some nades. Just to see where they're actually going to get used. There we go, the one. But first, still camping out on the side, and he's got Cold there to back him as well. Cold Zero hasn't taken any damage. The spot, the shot, Device snuffs him. 5 seconds left here, however, and Burl gonna just get the denial. Oh, he had to do, but Glaive is there to save him. And Taco, now you're in a 1v3. How do you pull this off? And the answer is, you don't. Zipnix with the headshot, and Astralis. 3 players, but what a play, Fur. He played it perfectly, but Glaive does not abandon his teammate this time.
This is absolutely ridiculous. This little time, they're right on top of the bomb, and somehow Astralis just walk right in. Again, we see the sniper battle here, and Fallen is actually flashed back. That's how it starts off. Device sets himself up for that kill. Oh, Dupree.
There we go.
Dupree is usually a bit of a joker, you know, the one sort of, you know, being a light-spirited in the team and all of those things. And you can tell he wants this so badly. 7-4, ladies and gentlemen. We're nearing the end of the first half here on the second map, and they're trying to push in towards the L-bend. Kirby gets one, and double return from Phelps with the C-set 75. That's how it's done. Now they've got a chance here. 4 versus 3. He doesn't want to overextend to pick up the AK, and I don't blame him.
How does this keep happening? Cold with the collateral on cash. And now point blank with the CZ. That pistol does so much damage. And sure enough, right here, Vector Device with the pre-fire stops him though. Well played on Device's part. Brings it back to a 3-on-3. And now Device has got the angle on the AKs. Can use this as bait. He still has plenty of time to wait and see. Then Zipnix catches Phelps pushing at Monster. And so now, do Astralis finally decide? Beast tight. That's where the action's going to be. Let's go.
They've got every shot of doing this. Plenty of time as well. Cold Zero. Now is the time to earn that paycheck. UMP, no armor or anything, so the odds are really heavily stacked if they end up going for it, but Close range headshots with the UMP could definitely happen, and Fallen is not that far behind with the Deagle. Unfortunately, the door is closed, so he can't even help out at the L bend. A lot of this could just come down to Cold and whether or not he could do a good job. Fallen, at least applying some pressure here. Oh my god! Device down to 3 health off of that one shot through the wall, and now Cold trying to push aggressive. This could actually be the perfect scenario. They do have a smoke to cover the plant, but still, Cold, it's just a question of timing. 15 seconds, 14 seconds, they're gonna smoke it off, double smoke in fact, and trying to see if they can get the bomb plant down, and Cold, he can't stop it. It does go down, and now they know where he is as well. They might have missed the opportunity.
Yeah, they just barely spot him. The timing doesn't work for him, and now a lot of pressure here on Fallen coming in through CT. Cold getting chased away, more time being bought here by Astralis. They have no kit, SK Gaming, so they have to move quick. And looking for the headshot, it's Fallen, he's not gonna find it just yet. Oh, never mind! Finds the one on Glaive, but Device is there to trade, and now it's all on Cold with the AK, there's one. And the pressure is
Device
on
is high.
with only 3
No,
minutes remaining.
Device,
He's to win this fight, and it's not gonna happen. But I think once again, there will not be enough time for the defuse, and SK Gaming,
It's so
it's not
damn
gonna
close.
happen. It's not gonna happen, no way!
No!
Wow. What was the time left on that? Point what seconds?
We'll get a screenshot, right? Frame for frame. That's how close it is. Unbelievable.
If Device stays hidden for, what, another millisecond, then it's their round. SK Gaming, this is where you want to capitalize. You've got the round, you probably shouldn't have won it, but now, here it is, 5-7. They can still make this 8-7, and that would be a respectable scoreline. Then they would have something to work with. Fallen has got the AWP, he's not too aggressive this round, and again, Device gonna win the AWP battle. This is almost unheard of. Fallen is one of the best AWPers in the world. And right now, Device, who's not even necessarily full-time with Astralis, sometimes just goes for the rifle instead.
Yes.
Winning it every single time.
I mean, this is where Device shines, right? He is one of the few players that I know of that has used heat maps to figure out the tendencies of his opponents in this given situation. Where do they usually go? What are the odds, etc.? And you can just kind of get this feeling that he's just going through different spots that Fallen could be at. And you're like, oh, there he is. Next round, yep, there he is again. Device knows it. But this is going to be the setup here, because they can just leave Glaive to lurk around, and they have the control to move up and far, pushed up, not going to get anything.
It's very well done by Glaive. Phelps trying to catch him, but Glaive hitting another headshot. This is the captain of the Danish team, and even he is putting in the work. Zero goes for the mad spray, and it is not enough. Taco down on the B-bomb side, can't even dream of retaking this. He's going to have to back off. It will be an 8th round for Astralis, again doing just absolute havoc to the SK economy.
And that's the difference in this round from the last one, Anders. Again, Device, he delivers the frag, but this time there's no mistake from Astralis where a guy, overextends and gives SK a way back into it. They're smooth, they're thorough, Astralis. They stuck together as a unit, and they just slowly built on that advantage. Frag after frag, and so now, well, yeah, you have Taco. He's got an M4. Coldzera's got some money, but that's it.
Madness, absolute madness. You could definitely tell that, whereas on the first half, SK Gaming were a bit more confident and looking like they had a bit more control on the map. This is very much the Astralis show right now, in the first half at least. We'll see how it goes in the second half, and a lot can change there. A lot more, I would say, avenues for SK to put some of their aggressive players into work. But it's going to be an uphill struggle, you can already tell. This is the map that Astralis picked after all, let's not forget.
No, and you can see that they have really put quite a bit of work into it, and they had the time. They are a team who actually turned down ESL 1 Cologne a couple weeks ago, a stadium event like this one, to prepare for the major. So it is everything on the line here for Astralis. SK Gaming, they won at Cologne. Astralis, they took the gamble, the risk, to be prepared to win here. And both of these teams, major champions, both of these teams, some of the best CS players in the absolute world. In the absolute world, I guess, I was like...
In this world, maybe all of the worlds too, somewhere. We'll never know.
Every timeline.
Every timeline, yeah. Well, SK have 2 titles. Astralis gunning for their 2nd. That's still quite far away if you're the Danish side. Don't want to be overthinking this.
Lucas. Please be careful.
14th round here. Glaive Trying to see if he could maybe sneak in a kill on somebody. He's very patient at the moment. That's Smoke. Are they going to respect that SK Gaming? Very difficult to try and find their way through. Even if they don't, Glaive is going to reconnect with the rest of the team, and that bomb side is going to be, again, very hard pressed. Taco holding alone.
And right through, and he closes the door. Glaive, well played on him. Now at least they have an audio cue if somebody from SK tries to flank. And in the meantime, Device holding solo here. This is a little bit scary for him. They will walk. What? Where did that bullet go? Gets the follow-up. There's a second player there as well, so some information there for his team. But in the meantime, they are pushing out onto the B site. Once again, running it down to 30 seconds left in the round here.
What a great angle from Glaive to find. He almost takes full zero, but here comes the run and gun in from Fallen. And actually gets a kill, trying to follow it up with a USP. It's now a 2-on-2. He's got almost no bullets left, and he goes down to Device to free with a shot. And somehow Astralis still make it out. It looked like Fallen had the angle. It looked like he had done enough.
Exactly. It's so close that you think the running gun was enough, with Cold getting the follow-up too. So close, but again, just not able to connect, not able to get everything to follow their way. And now SK Gaming, this is it. Last round of the first half, 9-5, and they're going for a force buy. A UMP, a Scout, and 3 pistols.
The fact that SK Gaming don't take a tactical timeout for all of this makes me think that Fallen is just saying, we'll crack them in the second half. We're going to break them. They'll never know what hit them. Just keep cool, everyone. Don't worry about this right now. This is not our half. The next one will be. Otherwise, Fallen, I don't think he'd let it go this far. Scout in play, UMP, C-set 75 times 2. Again, Device,
You see that smoke go down, and you always wonder. Somebody lurking there. It's a bit of a one-way. Device not going to be able to capitalize and take down Fur. He might get a second chance here, sure enough, but Fur putting up quite a bit of a fight. He does have a teammate rotating in, however, here, Device, and so this is just a matter of time for Fur, and Fur just going to try and charge him, but he's not going to guess right. Cadby is there to back up Device, and well, 2-man advantage, soon to be 3. Phelps down to 9 HP.
Look at the great instinctual teammate that's coming out of Astralis right now. Device falling back, Cadby falling in to help him out. It's all just like clockwork at the moment, and now they know where Cold Zero is, and they've already engaged with Phelps, so at the moment, they pretty much know everything they need to here, Astralis. They've got everything set up, and that's going to be the first half. 10-5 in favor of Astralis, as they are now 6 rounds away from making the semifinals of the PGL Major here. 6 rounds doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm willing to bet SK are going to be quite powerful in the second half.
Oh yeah, Cold for these guys. Now you put them on the T side, where they get to dictate the pace and set up the duels. Things can get real interesting here. The pressure is ramping up. But you're right. Astralis looking to defend their title. And they are looking so good. It doesn't look like the same situation that happened in the groups, where Cold drops 35 frags and Astralis just gets swept. This is now where Astralis are dictating. Astralis are setting up their game, and we're seeing that they are able to edge it out on that T side.
And just a moment of pure tension here as we are getting ready to get into the second half of the second map. This was a little bit too smooth, I think, for Astralis in the first half. SK looking like they didn't quite know, but now the second half is coming up. The game is on, Krakow. Let's get this rolling. 5-10 in favor of Astralis. SK Gaming need a strong start here. And let's see how much explosion they can get behind their play. It is Glocks all around, and then some utility to set up a play. It looks like it's going to be more of a contact style play. Device actually turning back just at the wrong time.
Did he edge something out here? Is he going to be able to spot them in the restrooms? He sees the shadows, and that's enough. Falls back, spots a couple players, and Cadby is there to pounce. One headshot for him.
That's a strong way to get started. Device trying to fall back. The smokes are up, and he can't see a single thing. Going for a quick and early bomb plant here, SK Gaming, Cold Zero. Not realizing he's turned back. Sip next round past him, and Sip looking for more shots, taken out, Fallen. It's an absolute disaster for SK Gaming now. For the only one alive, playing hide and seek inside of the smoke. He's going to pick up 1 kill, but they're on the other side. They have the kit there as well. He can't make it out. There's just no time at all. He has to fall back. There's nothing he could have done. Astralis going to pick up an 11th round, and now, oh my God. The tournament is slipping through SK's fingers right now.
The pressure is going to be incredible now on SK Gaming. And we saw it in the first half where Astralis, well, in the first half, in the first map. When Astralis were ahead, SK never said die. They battled back and made it a close one. They've got one hell of a task on their hands now, Anderson. There you go. You lose the pistol, you call the timeout if you're falling. You give your team a chance to breathe. But 5 rounds away now for Astralis, and they have every advantage going into them.
When you watch that replay of the last round, you'll see Sipnix ran past coldzera to shoot him in the back and then pick up the next kill as well. What an unlikely turn of events. Oh well, and this first shot from Kjaerbye, just there's nothing to do. You can't even react to that, can you?
Once again, Kjaerbye just showing world class.
There's that replay.
He's a monster. Him, Zip. They show up on stage and they never fail to deliver. But now, yeah, this is it.
Device right now, top fragging in the first map. Now he's got 18 kills. He is
Careful, PP.
trying to put
Why did I say that again? I said that in the last
carry
one.
them all the way into the semifinals. That's pretty much what he's doing right now. And it really does not come as a big surprise. First, spotting out one player off from long there. He's got so much map control on his own, and this is the quality of Fur. It's also why he's one of the most dangerous players on the T side. He's doing a lot already for his team. Let's see if this execute is going to work out for SK Gaming.
Well, it's all about the run and gun now, Anderson. They're going to have to check the corners, but sadly for Phelps, he gets gunned down by Device, who's going to take advantage of the smoke as well to stay alive. For the hesitation might cost him. The timing is there, but Zip is there to keep his teammate alive, and it's a lockout. SK Gaming, they can't crack the defense.
A perfect hold for Astralis. 12-5. And it is flawless. And if you are SK Gaming, you just took a timeout trying to figure out what needed to happen, and it completely falls flat.
And I mean, the timing in this kind of a push, you know, Fur inside of the smoke waiting, and Device or whoever it was allowed to put up that flashbang that goes in, blocks, flashes everybody on the other side. And then by the time Fur comes out, it's just a second too late. They need to catch some sort of big break here, and it looks like Astralis aren't really going to give it to them either. No armor on anyone, so everything is going to do quite a bit of damage here. Astralis should be headed to 13 rounds, and SK Gaming.
Okay then. And there's the follow-up, and they're just going to farm. They're going to farm the cash. This is a hard eco. Shouldn't be any chance here for SK Gaming to come back into this. And well, Astralis at that point, it's very similar to the first map where they will just have such a large margin for error. Device will eventually get overwhelmed.
Get him, Lucas.
McGlaive is there to go ahead and cash in on this money cow as well. Nobody saw that. That's not pretty, Kjaerbye.
Deep breath, everybody. So, just trying to stay alive with the Eagle, but it will be the 13 rounds of Astralis to the 5 of SK Gaming. Well, you could see the focus in their eyes right now. They know everything rides on this. SK have certainly made some absolutely epic comebacks in the past. But from 13-5 into a win on this map, in a quarterfinals at a stage of this size, that would be legendary. Let's see what they can show us here. Grenades are now raining in, doing a bit of damage to Kjaerbye, a lot more to coldzera though. The counter grenade, the path's actually almost perfectly crossing there.
Not the guy you want down to half HP in the most important round of the tournament, essentially. This is where life gets interesting for SK Gaming. Doubled up outside of Monster as well. Taco in his usual spot, he's usually the one who's hanging around here, controlling this side of the map for his team, allowing them to rotate back. The timing not quite working out for him there with the spray. But in the meantime, it's time to take mid. They have control of Connector and so Fur taking point. And Cold as well.
Still got a minute left, so the fact that they're only halfway across the map is not that much of a big deal. They just don't have that many grenades, so they can't use too many. And again, Device against Fallen. If you can do this every single time, then what are SK going to be able to do? Kjaerbye finally goes down to Fur, but now the clock is, now it's low. Whereas before they had time, now 40 seconds. The bomb is being picked up here. They have one smoke and one Molotov. How do they get rid of Device? They need a great smoke to cut him out. That flick, it doesn't quite hit, but it must have been close. And now Glaive holding with the UMP right in the face of Taco, who loses the battle, and that's an absolute disaster again here.
I was going to say Lucas, but I couldn't get my mouth to say it fast enough.
The second map, Device on the edge with the AWP. You can see the shadow as well before Phelps peeks the corner, so they need a grenade or something to break it. Actually, the shoulder peek is going to be enough, and now there's only 10 seconds. The bomb trying to make its way in. Fur gets one. Device out of the open, but he drops the bomb, and there's no chance at all. Sip will take him down. 14-5 here. Astralis, two rounds away from making it.
2 rounds away from the semifinals, and a chance to do what SK did last year, winning both majors. Well, still early on. Still don't know if there's a 3rd major, but 2 in a row. That would be a huge achievement for Astralis. The Danes, who have put everything on the line to make it this far, who have said no to tournaments just to have more time to prepare. And that's the storyline going into this. Everybody was wondering, what can you expect out of Astralis? They're a little light on lands, a little light on that experience in person. But right now, they are looking deadly.
I can't deal with the fact that Device is winning every single fight against Fallen. I mean, that is one of the major sort of reasons why we're here right now. That, I can't even remember if that has ever happened before Fallen in the game. Kirby does go down after being traded there. Phelps for Fur on the other side, so...
I sound like I say I have an accent when I do that. Like I didn't just sound American right there. It's like Marcus.
They got not that much in this round. They haven't invested too heavily. Still got some money in the bank. That's the bomb rolling all the way down the stairwell for Dupree. He's going to be quite excited about that.
Yeah, rotation is already coming through as well. And so Device will be able to watch short. In the meantime, that allows for Zipnix to rotate down here and cover his teammate as well. This is the lockdown setup for Astralis, and they decide to take the fight with the bomb, and that might come back to haunt them a little bit. Device will find a shot on Cold. Dupree fails to get the kill on Taco, but the bomb is still out in the open, and Device has got the line.
And he's been covered as well. Glaive is right behind him, so the pressure is on. They have a Molotov on Phelps. That's not going to help them too much in recovering the bomb. There's the flick. Device hitting one shot and trying for the next. 30 seconds here for Phelps to try and see if he can do anything, but how the hell do you get out of this situation? As soon as he tries to punt, they're going to be on him. He needs a battle first. He needs to make it a 1v1, and then maybe he could fake it out with the bomb and try and force the last fight. There's the Molotov going into the corner, but 14 seconds and up on the high ground. Device is ready and waiting. He actually missed the shot, but there's only 10 seconds, and he's going to go down here. Glaive coming in, no problem, through the fire, and make it 15-5. Match and map point for Astralis, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, Device misses the shot, but how next level is that? Phelps would have never, you saw it, never expected somebody to be holding up on high like that. Should have been an easy shot for Device, but still, Glaive is there to secure it. And now it's all or nothing. 10 rounds in a row for SK Gaming if they want to take this to overtime and keep their hopes alive here in the major. 15-5, and Device with the AWP is just, I mean, he is a complete and utter legend.
Oh, there can be no doubt who the MVP is for this particular game. Out of control and unstoppable. Fallen, though, clicking away and taking down Kirby, and then quick to fall back. That's the right play, for sure. They don't want to give anything back to Astralis right now. They need 10 straight rounds here, and they have had none in the second half so far. It's been a complete lockout. Sip going to win the fight against Fur. I think he may have even spotted out Taco, so that's valuable information when you're playing on the CT side. 4-on-4 now.
Yeah, but Phelps, exactly, just far enough up on short to get the trade. They maintain the man advantage now, SK Gaming, and all 4 of them are about to go cascading onto the B side. This is it, the make or break moment. Dupree will take down Taco. The spacing not quite on point, but as I say that, he walks into the trap. Somehow, he lives a little bit longer, but Device is there. They just need to take a deep breath here. Astralis, it's a 2-on-2.
He almost ran into that shot. He's trying to jump and shoot with the AWP, please. We've seen some magic already, but this is too much. Trying to see if he can get the shot through the box, which you can do, but he's unsuccessful this time. The smoke is up. Device and Glaive see if they can crush SK's dreams right here and right now. Device covering the one side, while Glaive is going to be the main point of the attack, trying to see if he can get the retake in. Moving up with the M4 and SK hiding on the other side of the pillar. They've got a good setup and they've got the headshots as well. Fallen to step up and save them. Getting a double, and I think Phelps with a triple. SK stay alive here at the PGL Major for one more round. This is too much for me.
Yeah, it is. But Anders, you predicted Astralis, so you should be feeling pretty good about yourself right now.
I know. I made
myself and the analysts. You know, we're the ones who are like.
Those are just memes. I made no predictions at all. SK have looked like the better team in this tournament, I think, up until this point. So I don't think there was any solid prediction that could have been made like this.
Not in this fashion.
No,
we missed the last
not.
round because the battery in that fucking thing is just garbage. Switch the battery. Here we are.
We know it's in there. We've seen it time and again. Now it's time to snap.
By the way, SK won that last round, just in case you were wondering.
Team up and running. Put coldzera to work.
coldzera, Fur, we can go through the list, but there needs to be some shots taken. Well, there was a trade. Zip makes down a 62 and Dupree getting tagged up as well. That sets it up here for Taco. See if he can catch somebody getting a bit greedy here on the Astralis side. Oh, never mind. Dupree wins the duel. Oh my God! And the HA straight out of Phelps. Oh, it doesn't get more painful than that. Astralis. Device had the chance to really seal it up here for Astralis. They're not out of it yet, SK. But in the span of 5 seconds, Astralis, they've put themselves so close to that semifinal.
I can't imagine what it must be like right now on the SK team. They know they're deep in the hole. There's almost no chance, and there's the flip coming out. Device taking one, missing the next though, but they're committed to it here. It's a 2 versus 5 to try and keep SK Gaming alive in this tournament or put Astralis right in the semi-final. And coldzera and Fallen trying to see if they can coordinate this. The grenades are coming in, there's 30 seconds, and they're boxed in. They can't even go back here. Fallen wants a peek from somebody, anybody. There's Device. He gets one, still a 2-on-4, and there's 20 seconds. Now Fallen is alone in a 1 versus 4. He's gonna get one more kill, but there's only 17 seconds.
Do not peek, Marcus. Do not peek, Marcus.
Astralis will have done it. They're in the semi-finals, 16-6 against SK Gaming at the PGL Major. What an enormous victory here for the Danish side.
What terrific work. The matchup that you're looking forward to, the matchup that could go the distance, the full 3 maps, but Astralis showed up today and said, no, it's our title. We are going to move into the semifinals, and SK, they get to go on vacation back to Brazil empty-handed. They're legends, yes.
Yeah, everybody was expecting that. SK Gaming, no more. And Astralis making their way through to the semi-finals once again of a major tournament.
What excellent work from both teams. SK, they never gave up, they always fought. But Astralis just fully rested, well prepared, brave. Device just completely shutting down Fallen.
So that was Cash and Overpass. That's the only thing I can say. Like, I am so hot and sweaty. It's like fucking 100 degrees in my bedroom right now. I'm dying. I'm sweaty. I already showered. Obviously, when my hair's down, I wasn't gonna shower, and I fucking think I need to shower again because holy shit, my babies fucking did it. They did it. I thought yesterday I started losing my voice, and during the first Cash map I started losing my voice, and I'm like, I'm not gonna have a voice, but I have a voice. We're good. Cheerleading coming in clutch, because you can tell I'm sweaty because they fucking did it. They did it. My camera overheated once because that shitty battery. I fucking hate it. I was just gonna put this one in, but there was no battery left on this one. Filled up 2 whole memory cards. You know, like, they fucking did it, they did it, they did it, they did it. We're on to the semis against Gambit. We're not jinxing it. Peter, you didn't jinx it. He did like a little interview about jinxing it. You didn't. You fucking did it. You did it. I knew you could do it. I doubted you, but I knew you could do it if you showed up, and you did. And Device, you were doing this for your friends, and I fucking love you. They will be so proud of you, okay? I'm holding the camera like you're listening, even though you're not. Don't mind my face, by the way, no makeup. But like, you did it. You did it for them. Okay? You did it. And I'm proud. I'm one proud fan. So that's the video. I will see you guys next week with another new video. So, bye guys. I'm not doing my normal intro because I'm too excited. Oh, maybe I should. Love you. See you. Peace.